is The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Let's get nasty on a Friday. It's The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. No Jamie today. Jamie taking care of some family business. He'll be back with us on Monday. Bradford Bruns in for a couple more days for Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Appreciate everybody being tuned in today. 201, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Katie Wu, among others, reporting that Jordan Walker will be activated from the IL. Thomas Sajaci is being returned to Memphis. What? Now what? Basically, now what?
Yeah.
How do you think that Ollie handles Jordan Walker in a developmental year that has also turned into, hey, if you could also make the playoffs, that'd be nice for everybody?
I guess we'll know. If he is playing every day and you're sitting, I guess Burley is sitting now. If Jordan Walker is playing, who's sitting? Nolan Gorman is already sitting.
You don't have to worry about that until Newt returns to the fray.
Right.
Truly.
So what, do we know how long Newt,
what's wrong with him
what's
now?
the severity of the Newt injury?
So the side discomfort, he was placed in the IL right before the All-Star break. It's very vague right now, so the minimum of 15 days, but this affords the Cardinals with the option, gentlemen. It's what has been the case all season. It is an organizational philosophy, dare I say. You can slow play it. You truly can. You get Walker some more regular ABs right now, and I will say this. The setup there, granted, it's not as if he was lighting the world on fire at the AAA or the AA level for that matter.
He got three hits in three-game hit streak.
You do love, I will say, the chances a bit more. Chase Field starting tonight. Plug him in there. We'll see. Lineup game to be determined. And then go into Colorado. If not now, when? Hey.
I've been of the mindset that you just got to let him play. You don't know what you have. We kind of went through this with Nolan Gorman last year. They let him play the entire year until, I feel like, September when they finally sent him down. You just got to let people get reps. And I know that's probably frustrating, and that's probably, well, that's stupid. You got to play. Is it? Like, I think the problem for the Cardinals is that and listen, I don't mean it in this way, but in terms of what the Cardinals' plan was. Winning kind of threw the plan out of the window. Like, you're like, we'll be whatever. And then you start winning, like, oh, God, we're actually pretty good.
Sure.
And then maybe we're not, but maybe we are. And so you start feeling like, well, we owe it to ourselves to put forth our best foot and try to win as many games as possible, which is commendable. It's understandable. But you have to realize and understand exactly what this team is and what you see the future for this team being. And, Marshy and I kind of go back and forth about this because he feels like, well, playoffs is important if you can make it. And I'm like, it is, but so also is planning for the future and figuring out what your future, like you have to find a way to do both. And so with that being said, I think they're going to give Jordan Walker more of a run. They couldn't stash him in Memphis or wherever else for the rest of the season. He's here. I don't think he's going to be sitting on the bench. So you got to figure it out.
So here's the tough part, though. You had mentioned it. Who sits? Because you can't sit Alec Burleson. He's red hot. In the month of July, so we're talking about 46 plate appearances, he's got a WRC plus of 155. So it's 55 percentage points higher than the average. He's hitting 289, on base of 413, slugging 474. He has been one of your better hitters in the month of July. If you go down to Nolan Gorman, 32 plate appearances, two home runs. He's driven in 4. He's got a WRC plus of 111. If you highlight the batting average, not good. Maybe you could start there and say, hey, listen, we want more average. But those are the two guys that you'd almost have to sacrifice, right? Because in left fields, you can go with Alec Burleson, and Jordan Walker can play right.
Correct.
But that is at the expense of Nolan Gorman because Brendan Donovan would then play second base.
Yeah.
Arenado is the albatross offensively, But if he's healthy again, and I don't know, we'll have to see what the All-Star break did for Nolan Arenado. But Arenado's been banged up, but offensively he hasn't been good.
So I'm looking at the injury list. Nolan Arenado was day-to-day with the finger. Lars, 10-day IL.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan Gorman is actually on here with lower back pain as well. So you got...
Well, then you've got the opening.
You got opportunities if all of these guys... you got 3 guys there. Obviously, Lars is not going to play until he's able to return. And then between Nolan Arenado and Nolan Gorman, if both of those guys are kind of banged up, you probably sit one, rest one, give him a day, maybe sit one the next day. It seems like it'll be able to be figured out. But at the end of the day, like, you got a lot of people for not enough spots.
Mm-hmm. This isn't going to be extremely popular with a huge percentage of the crowd, but I think we can also understand, we can predict where this is going as far as how Walker is going to be able to obtain more of those ABs. Stoltz, you talked about it. Against right-handers specifically, there's no one you'd rather have batting third, batting cleanup, heck, anywhere advantageous in your lineup than Alec Burleson. Yet, over the last couple of weeks, what have we witnessed again? Oh, yeah, still not hitting the lefty pitching. Not that Jordan Walker has been a masher against that side of the plate, that handedness whatsoever during the course of his Major League career. But I'm telling you right here, right now, and it remains to be seen how a lot of these rotations are going to be formed coming out of the All-Star break. But there's your in. That's your way, especially for the foreseeable future, for Walker to get those ABs, because you say, okay, here we go. Here's that runway. You're coming back. It's a clean slate of sorts. Let's see what you can do when we plug you in against each and every left-hander. That solves some of the problem. And guys, for the purpose of this transaction today, I actually think it's a no-lose situation, and here's why. Because the Thomas Saggese we saw over the course of the past 3 to 4 weeks, not the same guy who basically set the organization on fire at the major league level in April. A few different reasons for that, okay? We understand, we look at the numbers even this month, 167. Heck, last month he hit basically 0.95. Now, some of that had to do with the fact that the Cardinals were committed this time around to actually using him in more of that utility role, not getting him the everyday at-bats. So, on one hand, you wanted to see him up here, but on the other, he wasn't getting that regular playing time. So what happens? You head back down to Memphis, temporarily wait for the next infield injury, and then get the regular playing time again. It wasn't helping Saggese being up with this roster right now.
No, it wasn't. That move makes sense for the reasons that you outlined, Brad. Certainly. Going back, though, to what you said initially, you essentially are saying, hey, they're going to go back to a platoon with Burleson and Walker. That would probably make the most sense. The Cardinals face right-handers throughout the weekends. So Jordan Walker, essentially, if you do go to a platoon, Jordan Walker wouldn't start any of these games, because I'm not taking Burleson out against a right-hander. Unless you figure it, unless Arenado gets a day off and you mix things up, Gorman goes to third, and then you free up a spot potentially in your outfielder, by the dynamics there. But I think it's gonna be really interesting moving forward. Unless they make a move at the deadline to free up a spot, either at third base or in the outfield, how Ollie's going to play this with Jordan Walker.
For me, again, I think you have to let him play, and you have to let him fail.
But the expense of
right now, I think you're fine, because again, Lars is out. Gorman's
day to day,
and right, Gorman and Arenado are still day to day.
Yeah,
one of them probably isn't playing today, so you stick Burleson in left field, you put Walker in right field, and so we talk about this all the time, right? When people are like, well, you don't have any experience, so we can't hire you. Mm-hmm. Your resume lacks the experience required for this. But yeah, I know, because I need to be hired.
That's why I'm here.
So I'm here.
So I'm looking at you.
Job. I need a damn job. I don't have the experience because people like you haven't hired me. Well, Jordan Walker can't hit right-handed pitchers, so we got to let him. Okay, well, maybe you need to let him swing and get out more opportunities to see those righties. Crazy idea. I know. Mm-hmm. I don't know who would think of something like that. Call me crazy.
You did.
Okay, I did. The only way you get better at doing something is by actually doing it. Like, you don't get better. I don't think anybody, there might be some savants out there that can watch something and say, got it. Most of us normal human beings have to actually do it, sometimes fail, and then get better along the process. Like, when I first started doing radio, especially live reads, it was, It was scary. That 60 seconds couldn't come fast enough, man. But as I did more of them, I became better at it. So the only way to get better is by actually doing it, not by watching. You have to fail. Most people have to fail in order to learn how to succeed. And so if you want to keep saying he doesn't hit right-handed pitching, we're going to sit him down. Okay, well then, guess he'll never be good at it. So you got to figure out the balance of, are we pushing for a playoff spot? Are we trying to, it's hard to serve two masters. Are we trying to get these Utes an opportunity to play and figure out if they can play? Mm-hmm. What exactly is our goal for the 2025 season?
Yeah.
And I think that's where they are right now.
And let's be honest about it. The only guy right here, right now, who's getting marginalized in this situation is Garrett Hampson. Are we crying about that? The guy who was getting the token starts here and there out of necessity at that time.
Yeah, I think we're good.
When he was claimed. Now, he's the last guy on the bench, literally on the bench. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's not that difficult at present. When Newt returns, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
That's Bradford Bruns. That's Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. So, again, Jordan Walker activated. Katie Woo wasn't the only one with the report, but Katie Woo makes frequent appearances here on 101 ESPN from The Athletic. So we'll credit her. Cardinals activated Jordan Walker off the IL today. Thomas Ajacey has been optioned to Memphis. Walker was reaching the max amount of days allowed on the rehab assignment, which is 20 days. So welcome to the second half. Jordan Walker back. We will play the lineup game at some point whenever it's released. Home run derby, beat the streak, bet the board. All of that is back now that the second half has officially started. The Cubs, by the way, unfortunately, have a 3-0 lead, or a 3-1 lead, excuse me. Boston must have just tacked one on. The Cubs lead the Red Sox 3-1. That's the first game of the second half in Major League Baseball. And it's bottom of the third, so plenty of time there. MLB's second half finally gets underway. What are we expecting out of the Cardinals in the second half? Can they get back into the wild card race? What does that look like? We'll dive into those important storylines next on 101 ESPN.
The Spread Zone, where sports betting meets reckless optimism, questionable logic, and the occasional stroke of genius. With hosts Anthony Stalter, Tim McKernan, and Scott Rizzuto. Check out the latest from the Spread Zone at 101ESPN.com or the 101 mobile app. The Spread Zone is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter. Jamie will be back with us on Monday. MLB's second half finally gets underway. In fact, it's underway now. As I mentioned before, the Cubs are playing the Red Sox right now. Cubs up 3-1 in that one. Hopefully they lose. Boy, I don't like either team, though. Like I hate the Cubs more, but the Red Sox. I don't like their vibe. I don't like their thing.
What did they do to you?
I don't.
You
like
still don't like that movie?
I hate Fever Pitch. Yeah,
that's a great movie.
That's a dumb movie.
It's a great movie.
Well,
not great how they got to end the curse and all those things.
No, I don't like the movie. The old
you don't have to like the situation
when the Red Sox beat the Cardinals.
No, I get that. You don't have to like.
Then 10 years later, the Red Sox beat the Cardinals again in the World Series.
Drew Barrymore, right? And what's his name?
Exactly.
The comedian.
World's greatest actor, Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
World's greatest. He ruins every skit that he's in.
Oh, come on.
Fallon.
Come on.
Did you see Taxi? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Taxi.
Don't hate on Jimmy
Also, you
Fallon.
can't log in to Netflix without being overwhelmed.
I got stuck on the Jimmy Fallon ride in Disneyland, Disney World. No, Universal Studios. It was the Jimmy Fallon ride that I got stuck on.
Exactly.
So that's Jimmy's fault?
Correct.
I don't think it's Jimmy's fault.
It's not his fault. It just it falls in the realm of this is what's wrong.
What's wrong with America?
Yeah. Jimmy Fallon. Specifically, but no, good call, Bradford. You going to Red? How many Red Sox documentaries do we need?
My gosh,
I saw the comeback one. Then look, it's fine. Okay, now I need another one. The clubhouse one,
barely fast lane fine, in my opinion.
Thank you, Bradford. Moving on. MLB second half finally underway here. Really, the next big step is the trade deadline.
Yeah.
In relation to the Cardinals. My question to you guys is, how much do things change for the front office over the next couple of weeks? Like, do the Cardinals have to get red hot for the philosophy to change, or should the philosophy just stay the same, which is that you have to now trade off these guys with expiring contracts to set yourself up for the future?
I feel like the Cardinals aren't going to trade off as many pieces as you think they probably should or could. I think they're going to find a way. I don't want to say make an excuse, but make an excuse to not remove or move on from some of these contracts and allow themselves to open up some spots for all of the people that you have when healthy. I think they live by the philosophy, somebody will get hurt. It's inevitable. It's baseball. Guys run into walls. Guys get tagged hard. They step on bases wrong. They pull hamstrings running, trying to track down ball. Somebody will get hurt. So we should keep everybody here in case. And I think that's because it's being proven right now. You don't have any issues. Ivan Herrera, he's back now, so that's one spot. But now Lars is out. Nolan Gorman hurt his back again. I think that they live by the philosophy, which is the same thing that they do with the pitching staff. Somebody get hurt. We don't want to trade anybody because somebody could get hurt. I think that's the dumbest philosophy ever.
Do you actually think that's what they're doing?
Yes. Yes. I think they plan on people getting hurt. People don't get hurt if you take care of your damn body. You don't have to get hurt. There's not a damn rule that says you have to be hurt as a professional athlete.
But you know this as a football player. Like you took care of your body immensely.
And you're still but
you're still
there's
in
a
that
difference
little neck thing every week.
Correct. But there's a difference between I'm hurt and I can't play in the game or I'm sore and it hurts like hell, but damn it, give me the ball, I'm good. And I think that they just, he'll miss 10 days here. Somebody will miss a game, miss 2 starts. Somebody will be on the IL. I think that that's the philosophy. So no need to remove any of those.
So what
guys.
are you saying? You don't think they'll make any moves?
They might move on from Steven Matz or Phil Maton.
But they're going to keep Helsley?
Probably.
So I think Helsley's the one you have to trade.
You don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything, but
Anthony, if they are 1.5 games out of the division,
not to do it.
It was irresponsible last year, Anthony.
Okay,
and then
fine.
they told us we won 83 games. Didn't you like that? Didn't you, Anthony? Didn't you like that?
No, I didn't like 83
Didn't you like
wins.
being in the hunt? 4 games out of the wild card with 5 teams in front of you. You felt good about it, Anthony.
I didn't.
You did.
Were you really in the hunt? Were we in the hunt?
You know how many people were telling us we were in the hunt? You can't trade anybody? Yeah. And now you're only 1.5 games out, Anthony. You're not gonna, Anthony. You know better. Come on.
I don't get what you're doing right now.
Come on.
You're making me feel bad inside.
You should, because they're not gonna do anything because they're right there.
Still, I think it's irresponsible not to trade Ryan Helsley.
Anthony, they're right there.
You have
Look at the
a
big
premium
picture.
closer, and you're not a contender.
Exactly.
You're not a World
a
Series
premium
contender.
closer, and you're 1.5 games out, Anthony.
It's got to be done.
No. Listen to me.
Helsley,
not.
Maton, Matz.
Hey.
You have 3 assets that will all be valuable at the deadline.
Anthony.
Moving on up
No.
to the Dodgers.
And then you have Eric Fetty as well, a completely different category. Carey, I think some might contend that when Lars Nootbaar returns, could be as good of a trade. That's logic.
I agree.
That's logic.
When
you just
Lars
say?
Nootbaar returns, that's like making a trade.
It's like making a trade, right?
You
You
already
got
had
guys
him.
back. Nah.
You're not
you
getting
didn't.
anything in return.
You're getting him in
You already-
return.
but you already had him.
A healthy him. Huh?
No, don't weak at me.
Huh?
You already had him. You're not adding anything.
You
Therefore,
added-
you can't improve.
You added his bat.
Okay.
Carey, I can't fake it. I'm with you. I do think that you're going to largely once again see this organization stand pat. And to add to that, I do think that you can get lulled into a false sense of security, further sense of security if you're the Cardinals. Here's why. I do believe this stretch on the schedule coming up, it's extremely favorable. Not only are you going, yes, you're starting the second half out west. You're visiting Arizona, which is going to be, in theory, a lot more challenging than Colorado. But you have 3 games against a team that somehow looks worse than last season's White Sox. And how do you follow that up? You come back home, and all of a sudden, it's not as if Mike Schultz's Padres look like this invincible unit, which we saw earlier this season last year. Now, the talent is there. In a moment, on a whim, you can flip that switch. However, in the days leading up to the actual deadline, you're met by Miami. You have about as favorable of a setup for the beginning of the second half of the season, in my opinion, as any team in Major League Baseball. Now, you would hope that the philosophy, the stance here would also be to basically broaden the scope, broaden the view, and realize thereafter, oh yeah, you're taking on the Padres again out on the West Coast. You're going to Dodger Stadium. You have the Cubs, and then it gets a lot tougher. But don't tell me that the results, indeed, if they're positive right off of the bat, don't convince you and maybe convince the powers that be just a little bit, hey, we're in this more than we had previously thought. We're just a game and a half out right now. Why not put that pedal to the metal and maybe, at the very least, stand pat and not sell off the goods?
Anthony, listen to
Bradford
the
Jr.
man.
Hey, hold
Anthony,
on. Time out.
Listen to the man.
I just did.
He's one of the smartest men here.
Wow, there's no doubt about that.
Listen to him.
Bar.
Not exactly a high hurdle there. I did get moved to the Orange Reading Group when I was in first grade.
That was years ago.
But
Look at you now.
what are you saying, Bradford? Do you believe that they should stand pat, or are you saying that's what they will do?
Actually affirmative on both fronts because there's hey, why on earth would you completely undergo this seismic shift and this seismic change from what you had professed entering this season, that it is about runway, that it is about developing for the future?
Correct.
So you hang on to the veterans who have helped get you into this spot, barely over 500, and you ride it out.
Bradford,
You're not going to be selling.
the way that you're kicking up your words there at the end is an indication to me
Barely over 500.
that you don't believe what you're saying
He does.
at all.
So here's the thing.
You know they got to trade Helsley.
So Anthony,
It's prudent. It's smart.
let me ask you.
You're going to
this.
bring him back?
Let me ask you.
No,
No.
you're not going to bring. Exactly.
But
See you.
you go 4-2 in the next 2 series. You got Arizona and you got Colorado. Not completely impossible, right? 3 game set.
I've
3 game set.
seen this team
4
not
and
score
2.
a run at PNC Park. 3 straight games.
Anthony, don't focus on the pass.
I'm just
you
saying.
never- you can
don't play
never-
the schedule game. You didn't
You
score
can
one
never,
against the Pirates.
You can never go forward if you're always looking in the back.
I like
Looking in the
all your
rearview
cliches.
mirror.
I like
Okay?
all. I like your statements.
That's why the windshield is much bigger than the rearview mirror.
Okay.
You got to always be looking forward.
The back window is pretty
you
large
don't turn
too.
around and look. You're looking in the rearview mirror. It's small.
Yeah, the mirror, the rear view mirror is so that you can see the back window.
You don't get better by looking behind. You get better by going forward, Anthony.
which is why you trade Helsley.
4-2 in the next 2 series.
You trade.
And you, sir, are right
Steven
back in
Matz,
this
you
thing.
trade Phil Maton.
Anthony, right back in it.
I don't believe you two right now. I
You're
really
in
don't.
it now. You can only enhance your odds.
There you go. I'm just telling you that's what's going to happen. Because let's see, trade deadline is what, July 31st?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you got 3 games versus the Diamondbacks, the Rockies, 4 game set versus San Diego here, and then you got the Marlins at home as well. Man, Anthony,
You could go on a Schultz-esque streak.
you could.
Who's to say?
I'm tuning you guys out now. Ellipsis 150. I agree with Ellipsis 150 here in the snake pit. Couple of comments. I think they should sell, but I think they are going to stand pat and do nothing. Followed up that comment by saying the smart thing to do is trade Helsley. So I think they will stand pat and do nothing, not sell but add. That I agree with.
That's what I said.
No, I think that's what they will do.
Agreed.
I don't think that's what they should do.
Well, I think that's what they will do. I thought that was the question that you posed to me.
I concur.
What do you think that they will do?
But I said to you, Bradford, I just said. I said, now, is that how you feel? Is that what you think they'll do? And you said
yes
both.
and yes.
Yeah. I don't believe you two. You know what's smart. You know what's good for them. Period. Sell. Set up for the future. Bring up McGreevy. Then win the wild card spot anyways. Detroit Tiger style. Okay.
There you go. Okay.
We're on the same board?
Let it
Sure.
start with Palante tonight, baby.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he'll be fine. Actually, I don't know, really, with Palante. One good start, a couple bad. Who knows? What's trending is next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-500-5000.
Listen to 101 ESPN on demand. Get caught up on all our shows and podcasts at 101ESPN.com or on the 101 mobile app. 101 ESPN podcasts are presented by the Schaefer Door Company. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Redbirds desert bound to begin second half. I'm Bradford Bruns. Your Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Tonight at 8:40, the Cardinals resume their season versus All-Star Corbin Carroll's Diamondbacks. Andre Palante makes his 10th road start of 2025. STL occupying third place in those NL Central standings. Currently, division-leading Chicago pacing Boston 3-1. Elsewhere this evening, Milwaukee visiting Dodgers Stadium. Your Sports Center update was driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet plus Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Two former pros and one average Joe. You're listening to The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Just past 2:30 in the Fast Lane. It is time for What's Trending now on 101 ESPN. Bradford Bruns, Anthony Stalter, our resident Super Bowl champ, Carey Davis with you this afternoon. Guys, I have been eagerly anticipating getting into this topic with you. We know that later in the show we're going to touch upon another division as we bounce around training camp style, but not a lot of individuals picked in that second round in the draft have even arrived at their respective camps. So right now, still at present, at last check, 19 of the second round selections from April's NFL draft still had not inked those rookie deals. You still also have the first round pick from Cincinnati, Shamar Stewart, out there. There is a ton of congestion. There's a ton of uncertainty and involving some big names to boot.
Yeah, I'm surprised here. So, Bradford, you had noted that last year's second-round pick for the Houston Texans, Jaden Higgins, received a fully guaranteed contract, correct? So that is the thing that could be holding up a lot of these second-round picks. Like, well, hey, Jaden Higgins got a fully guaranteed deal from Houston last year. Where's our fully guaranteed deal? And it set forth the motion of what we're seeing right now, which is a lot of holdouts.
Once you set the precedent and other teams, other players obviously know, oh, this is what has been done. There's room for it or to be at least to be asked for by each agent and each player. So, yeah, if that's part of the reason why they are holding out and waiting, they probably are going to get what they want. And eventually, all second round picks going forward are going to be fully guaranteed contracts.
That's crazy.
But all it takes is one.
Yeah.
All it takes is for one person to set that precedent. And now everyone else is like, okay, well, one person did it. Mm-hmm. Now this is the expectation going forward. We want our contracts guaranteed. And it actually, I don't know, like being a first round pick obviously is the goal. But if you're drafted 31st or 32nd in the first round, and then you're drafted the first pick of the second round, you can get to free agency a year earlier. Yeah. Not have to worry about that fifth-year option. Yep. And your contract is guaranteed.
Well, there'll be a domino effect from this too, though, because NFL teams will start viewing those second-round picks as less. Yeah. Well, they would be viewing the second-round pick like, you know what? I'm okay to trade this now because I know I'm going to have to guarantee this
maybe
contract.
And it's not as beneficial, like I said.
Right.
To be a second-round pick for a team, if it's fully guaranteed and you get one less year. Mm-hmm. So you might see teams say, hey, okay, you want a guaranteed, we'll make it 5 years with a fifth-year option.
Right.
And so we'll decide if we want to pick up that option, which then gives the advantage back to the team again. But right now it is at a disadvantage if all of these players, and I would assume that that's what they're all hoping or expecting. We one player got a fully guaranteed contract. Make ours fully guaranteed.
Yeah. And honestly, it was even more wild before the turn of events on Wednesday by the Bay, because that's the point at which San Francisco was able to get a deal done with Alfred Collins, big man there, and then some others followed. But yeah, just a trio so far today in the book. So beyond Stewart, the 19 second-round picks from a local angle too. This certainly affects one Luther Burden III, obviously now with the Chicago Bears, somebody who's looking to, you would think, get more initially ingrained in the scheme there for Ben Johnson in the Windy City. How much sense does it make for somebody of his ilk? Obviously, you're trying to polish that route tree and trying to become familiar with the system. Bears report tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I think that the fit with Chicago, and I felt this at the time, I thought that was a horrible landing spot for Luther Burden.
I disagree.
At least for a year, it's going to be a horrible landing spot, if not more, because they signed Zacchaeus, who is a carbon copy of Luther Burden.
He's bigger than Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus is like 5'10". How tall is Zacchaeus? He's not a big player. Luther's what, 6 feet? About 190, 185, 190?
He's 6 foot 210.
Zacchaeus is
probably 5'8".
Yeah.
But he can fly.
I don't think that's an issue for Luther. Yeah, he's 5'8", 193.
But he can carve out a role as the slot receiver for at least a year before Burden takes over. I mean, look, he's a second-round pick. They obviously like him, but
I thought it was a great spot for him because you get the element of Rome Odunze and Keenan Allen is no longer there. You get he can fill in that spot. Like, I think it's a great spot for Luther Burden.
Carey, when you watched
DJ Moore, Rome Odunze,
yeah,
Colston Loveland.
Here's the thing.
Cole Kmet.
Are we certain that Rome Odunze is better than Luther Burden II?
I'm not.
He was drafted in the first round last year.
This was a huge investment for the Bears. That was a top 10 pick last year for the Bears in Rome Odunze.
That doesn't mean that he's better.
I'm not saying he's better.
Luther.
What I'm saying is, right now in this offense, you could go probably 4 or 5 deep before you get to Burden. Hence the reason why I said that's a rough landing spot for him.
We've gotten into the measurables. CD, when you watched him at Mizzou, were you seeing a guy who perhaps at times he was at least capable of playing bigger than the size per se? Because one of the knocks there, one of the reasons as to why maybe he wasn't on the field for extended snaps, bizarre third down situations, it was perceived as a lack of willingness to really go after it, get after it from a downfield blocking standpoint. What did you see there?
That's problematic. I mean, you got no block,
what did you
rock.
see?
I saw a guy that catches the ball and is electric as soon as he gets the ball in his hand. So when you have a player like that, I don't give a damn where you line him up at. Your goal is to get him the football and get it to him in space, whether that's running routes, clear out routes, things where you're coming underneath, whether it's tunnel screens where you're getting the ball in his hands right now. However you can get a playmaker the ball, you do that. And I think that's what Luther Burden is. He's a playmaker, and you put the ball in his hands quickly, and he's going to make something happen. They wouldn't have drafted him in the second round if Ben Johnson wouldn't have gone after him and sought after him if he didn't think he was going to be a playmaker and be a vital part of that offense, in my opinion.
Luther himself may have articulated some of those concerns at the combine. That's all I'm saying, yes.
He might be like Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're probably about the same size.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of the best wide receivers in the league.
But when he came into the league,
he was a mid-round pick that had
they are about the same body type, same size, same skill set.
Do you think Burden's a competitive dude, though?
Oh, he's uber competitive. Very. You have to wonder, can he scale it back?
To the same level as St. Brown?
Oh, boy.
He's
mental toughness?
Very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's not something you would worry about.
No.
Yeah. Trust me.
All right. Well, hey. MVP, Luther Burden.
No, that's Sam Darnold. We already discussed that.
No, he's not.
He is. You said it.
Offensive Rookie of the Year?
He did.
Let's get him to camp first. This goes back to what Bradford said initially. All right. How involved will Mo be at this year's deadline? And the only reason why we ask that is because there's still a lot of people who are like, well, is Mo actually going to be involved? This is Bloom's first crack at it. That's next on 101 ESPN.
It's Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. Rangers and Tigers. Pregame at 5. First pitch at 6:10. The MLB plays on 101 ESPN. shot to score a pair of passes to Holiday World and Splash and Safari.
Find that chance to win a pair of free passes to Holiday World and Splash and Safari right now at 101ESPN.com or your 101 mobile app.
And cool off this summer at the water coaster capital of the world. Plan your family trip to Holiday World and Splash and Safari today. The splash and fun begins at holidayworld.com. Buckle up. This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I think that's best for Chaim Bloom to explain. And so I would just say it was a great teamwork. It was great collaboration across the new partners we have in our pitching department, our performance department, our farm system. And I look forward to him, talking to you guys about his thoughts on this process and involvement. But I could just say as a group, our staff came away really impressed with our collaboration.
That was Randy Flores, who joined the BCAM Ferrario show earlier today, and that was him answering a question about whether or not Chaim Bloom was really the head of the draft. And you heard Randy Flores said, well, you have to ask Chaim that, but, I love the collaboration. So this leads us to, and I think you guys got a mic drop yesterday from somebody that, a listener that said, I don't even think Mo is going to be the main guy at the trade deadline. It's going to be Bloom making all those decisions. That certainly would make sense.
It would make the most sense.
Do you buy it?
I would hope that, if I'm heading out, right, I would hope that if it is a collaboration, more of the emphasis is coming from the guy that is going to actually be running this team going forward. I shouldn't have as much say, and it's not a pride thing. It's not an ego thing. You have to place that to the side. Like, hey, you'll get credit, John, but you don't really get to make a decision. You ain't going to be here to see it through.
Yeah.
So why would I give you the autonomy to make that decision about what the future of this club is going to look like when I'm the one that has to deal with the decisions that you may be making? That doesn't sit well with me, and I don't think anybody coming into that position would agree with that. I don't think anybody would say, okay, I'll just fix whatever he messes up. Hell no.
Right.
No. Look, this is how I see it. This is the way that I believe that it should go. I'm going to talk to our ownership group and let them know the same thing. You all hired me to do a job. If this guy's going to fast lane it up, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
So, and not saying that that's what Mo would do, but I wouldn't feel that Chaim Bloom would be okay having someone else set the future of the organization in a certain direction that he didn't see for the direction of the future of that team.
This whole situation reminds me of so Kristen and I, when we first purchased our home in 2014, and it's the same home that we're in now. The previous owner actually met with us. Knew that we were, going to buy it. Knew that we're like this was going to be a smooth transition, and hey, we're going to be the new couple here that was going to take over the home. He actually met with us and walked us through some of the things about the house, and it was kind of a collaboration of like, hey, I know that you guys are going to be taking over, but here's some things you might want to know. And from our standpoint was, hey, this isn't going to be your house anymore, but we'd love to know some of the things about the house, that we're going to take care of this house. Like, let's collaborate a little bit here. This is going to be a collaboration.
Correct.
It's going to be Bloom. You're right. This is going to be Bloom's trade deadline, but with input from Mo, I think, on the current roster, farm system, because Bloom, while he's been here for over a year now, there's still some things I'm sure that Mo can help. If you're going to be around, you might as well help the trade deadline to kind of smooth the process. But the more I think about this, common sense says it's going to be Bloom's trade deadline.
That would be like with that homeowner that they introduced you and you were talking to and walking through the house. Yeah, I know you're about to buy the house. But before you move in, we're going to knock down this wall and build an indoor garden. It'll be beautiful. You'll love it. You'll love it. It'll be the best thing. This wall here, I know that's supposed to be the kids' bathroom. We're going to knock that down, rip that out, boom, indoor garden. You'll thank me later.
Yeah,
you'll be like, hell no. That ain't what I want.
I ain't maintaining your garden. You're right. You're right. It's a perfect analogy. So it's going to be Bloom's deadline with input from Mo. I don't know why you wouldn't just pass the keys over to Bloom. This is like it's an awkward transition.
Maybe it already has happened, and we just don't know. And because why would we need to know that?
But why not Mo? Why not locate? Why not put Mo in a different role for the final year? They did that with
They already
Gersh.
got special projects taken care of, man.
I know, but you could have invented another position.
Well, how many more positions do you think there are out there?
Oh, plenty.
What, are you going to be a parking attendant?
No, he's not going to be a parking attendant, but he could be. He can oversee the copy machines or something. I don't know.
assistant to the general manager.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, Yeah, Dwight Schrute. Yeah, the more I think about this makes more sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to have.
It makes more sense than assuming that Mo, who's not going to be around in a year,
is the one pulling the strings.
Is going to be the one pulling the strings.
Now he'll get credit or blame, which is a bit frustrating. If it's blame, you're like, I didn't even do that.
He's going to get blamed, but he's not going to get the credit.
I think he would get credit. It depends on the moves. Like if you go full, we're going to move everything. Mm-hmm. Everything that does not have a contract, that has an expiring contract, we're going to move those guys. We're going to move a batter or two, and we're going to get prospects back that are going to blow your head off at some point. Like, and they actually do. And I think he gets credit.
Here's how I think that's actually going to go. If fans don't like the deadline, they don't like what the Cardinals did, Mo will get the blame.
You're probably right. If they
do like it, wow, everybody knows it's going to be. It was Bloom's deadline anyways.
Bloom did this.
I think that's how it's going to go.
That's tough.
But I do think it's going to be. If you notice that Randy Flores, I think he said the word twice. Collaboration. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a collaboration at the deadline. Bloom's going to have. I mean, the DeWitts will have the final say on any move. But Bloom is going to be the one pulling the strings and orchestrating the deals. Who is heading out? Who is not? But he'll have some input from Mo.
I agree.
Whether he takes the advice or not, if Mo's going to be around, he has had this organization. He has been the head of this front office now for well over a decade. So if he's going to be around, you might as well have some input from him too.
I agree.
Yeah. It's fascinating on 101 ESPN. By the way, we will talk a little bit more about Randy Flores and how excited he is to have Liam Doyle signed and in the organization. And there were some interesting things that the guys talked to Randy Flores about when it came to the draft approach and how the landscape is shifting right now in Major League Baseball in one certain way. But we'll get into that a little bit later.
You were really excited about the draft. Like, I hadn't seen you that excited about a baseball draft. I don't think ever. You were happy about the direction that they're going. Swing and miss, guys that can hum it in there and miss bats, lots of pitching. I think you're pretty much full of position players at this point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think
pitching.
If you're going to invest in anything, and you're a baseball organization, you're going to invest in anything, right? Like your roots are going to be tied to what? To me, it's not going to be offense. It's going to be starting pitching or pitching that can eventually fill out one of two roles for you: the bullpen and or the trade deadline or trades. Period. Everybody's going to come calling for pitching, and if you have it stockpiled in your organization, and eventually you do need a position player, you can make moves at the trade deadline, or you can make moves in the offseason because you've got that pitching stockpiled. But you're absolutely right, CD. I loved the direction and the philosophy of this year's trade deadline or this year's draft for the Cardinals. They went all in on pitching. I loved it.
I look forward to seeing how well these guys do.
And all in on the power arms to boot. It's one thing to identify the guys who previously fit into that mold, right? Okay, pitch to contact. It's a new era. And finally, you've recognized, okay, everybody else is going in the other direction. We must zig as well. So in addition to Doyle, it's not just about Doyle for that matter, too. You're talking about Franklin. And then what did they do? They followed that up by going with Crossland. 3 of the first 4 guys, upside, huge arms.
Definitely.
And they said was it Franklin, right? The other pitcher from Tennessee. Had he been on another school,
he would have been a starter.
He'd have been the ace.
Right.
Not if Liam Doyle wasn't the ace. If they weren't on the same team, he'd have been the ace of any other SEC team.
Yeah. So. It reminds me a little bit of what the Eagles have done in stockpiling Georgia players, specifically Georgia defensive players. I'm not saying you should do that because sometimes it doesn't translate from college to pro, obviously. But, boy, it's worked out for the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know you're getting, at some point, top-end prospects that went to a program that was well-coached, that won at the highest level, and did it together. Why not pluck from that team as much as possible? And they know how to win. Yeah. All right, it's fascinating on 101 ESPN. How does Ollie handle third base down the stretch if Arenado's wheels can continue to fall off offensively? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Get social with 101 ESPN. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads, Blue Sky, and YouTube at 101 ESPN.
WXOS HD1 East St. Louis. 101 ESPN is driven by Auto Centers Nissan, home of the lifetime warranty and 30-day return. yourself in. You're in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
The Cardinals are definitely going to explore. They're going to go to Nolan and say, do you have an updated list? Do you still want to go to these teams? Do you not want to go to these teams? I think they will explore that again. I think they'll ask Sonny Gray and Wilson Contreras, do you still want to be here? You know, they both said they wanted to be here at the beginning of the year, but now that you've been through 90 games of this, do you still want to be here?
That was John Denton of MLB.com. He joined us yesterday here in the Fast Lane where it's 3:01. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Bradford Bruns and for Andrew Marsh. Jamie Rivers will be back on Monday with Carey Davis and Anthony Stalter. If Nolan Arenado's wheels and finger and shoulder, if they continue to fall off and he struggles offensively like he has done in the first half, how do you handle things if you're Ollie Marmol? I don't think it's hyperbole to suggest that the Cardinals need much more out of Arenado offensively. He's missed 7 of the last 12 contests due to a nagging shoulder and finger injuries. He continues to play gold glove caliber defense, but he's batting .210, which is 8 for 38, with just 2 extra base hits since June 24th. So this is a string now of really poor play offensively from Arenado. I know what I think Ollie will do, but what about you, CD?
I think they're going to play him.
Yep.
I think
they're
going to play Nolan Arenado until he is either unable to play or no longer on the roster.
Agreed.
And, I think but I also think as a veteran, as a guy that is a future Hall of Famer, you kind of deserve and have earned that right. Even if the hitting isn't going in the manner in which you would like it to, he still is playing Gold Glove defense. He's probably going to be a finalist for the Gold Glove this season after this year because he is still stellar at that spot. So I don't think you take him out of the lineup because he's not hitting as well as you'd like. It is what it is at this point. You know what you got. You're paying him, and he's going to play well at third base. You're going to play him until the wheels fall off, until he's unable to, or you have to move on from him.
I'm with you. I think Ollie will continue to play him. He's under contract,
and he should,
too.
Though. Like I don't think he shouldn't. I don't think that there's any point where you look at Nolan Arenado and say, yeah, we're going to sit you down for Nolan Gorman. Mm-hmm. We're going to sit you down and we're going to give you a couple weeks off.
No.
If that's the case, it's because you're on the IL, right?
Right.
But other than that, he's playing every single day. And again, I think he's earned the right to do so. It's not like if he were stinking it up, like to the point where, the Yankees had to DFA DJ LeMahieu, okay, now we're having a different conversation. He's not playing nearly as poorly as some of these other players that aren't playing or are being DFA'd. He's still a Gold Glove caliber third baseman. So, yeah, he's going to play every day.
Yeah, and Stoltz, I brought this up to you in the office. I don't think anyone in St. Louis anywhere would have any issues whatsoever with continuing to run Arenado out there at third base, his premium position every single day. The fly in the ointment is if you attempt, if you're Ollie Marmol, if you're the Cardinals, to give the justification there that, all right, he needs a day essentially. And what does that mean? DH, right? DH. Well, right now he's not generating any sort of oomph. He's not generating any sort of pop, and that hasn't happened for a long time, unfortunately, with the bats. So at this point in time, the one thing that he has going for him offensively, guys, is that he is putting the ball in play, but he's not exactly doing so with authority. He is putting it in play. He's not striking out whatsoever, but you're not getting the production. So you have to, if at all possible, I get he's 34 years old. I get that he's going to need maintenance days, but when you're slotting him in the second half as a DH, just be prepared because in all likelihood, what we have seen, especially over the last few weeks, and he is battling through the injuries, you're not going to get any punch.
I got a bit of a problem.
I saw that.
Yeah, I get confused. When I hear something, I tune everything else out. So I'm sure what you said was outstanding. Fly on the ointment?
Fly in the ointment.
Yeah.
Flies
the
get
only
in
problem
ointment?
there.
Well,
it's an old axiom, Carey.
Yeah, they do.
I've never heard
they
that
do.
one.
So
No, that's a new
like
one.
you apply ointment, you're like, oh, this is good.
The fly?
Yeah, and then a fly gets stuck in there. You're like, well, now I got a problem.
It's a problem, a major one.
Just take the damn fly out and use your ointment. You going to throw the ointment away because the fly is in there?
Flies carry a lot of
So if a fly
diseases.
gets on your burger, you toss the burger?
Well,
No.
Exactly.
If I'm being honest.
Get out of there. and you eat your damn burger. It gets
Right.
on your hot dog, you're fly on my hot dog. I'm not going to eat it.
But it's a nuisance nonetheless, right? This is a nuisance. It's a problem.
Very true.
There you go.
Fly in the ointment.
You've never heard that?
Never in my life.
No.
No.
Let's ask the text line. I'm sure we'll hear about it.
Oh, yeah. That's a new one.
The thing with Arenado, too, is that I saw Bear in the Snake was like, you better trade him. You better give him up while there's still some value. I think the Cardinals would love to. I think the Cardinals would love to move on because he doesn't really fit
what you're trying to do.
He doesn't fit into the current like development and youth movement and all that. In fact, he's basically holding up two spots. And this isn't I'm not trying to say that Nolan Arenado is a problem or anything like that. I'm just saying from the Cardinals' long-term view of things, he's impacting two positions. Third base and/or second and/or the outfield.
Right.
Depending on how you slot guys into certain spots. But I agree wholeheartedly with you, CD, in that if you're Ollie, you're going to continue to play him. He's playing elite defense, and at some point he could get hot for a short spell. The offensive numbers have been trending down for the last 2 years. This is going to be the third.
Yeah.
His offense is not suddenly going to pop back up to what he was, 4 years ago.
Cardinals need to hire Bill Belichick from like 2008 to 2018. Because Bill, get rid of your ass.
Doesn't matter how valuable you are.
Richard Seymour,
See
been
ya.
real.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lawyer Malloy, see ya.
Gotta go. Matt Light,
See ya.
love you. Gotta go. Don't give a damn that you protect Tom. Sooner rather than later, I'm going to get rid of your ass before you can turn bad on me.
Yeah.
And bad in like, you can't play anymore. You can't move.
Vince Wilfork, see ya.
Gotta go. Big fella, love you. Done a great job.
Yeah.
Time to go.
And you didn't have to go through his publicist at that time.
No, you didn't. That's a
No.
good point.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Honey, can I make this move?
We're not talking about that.
John Denton also discussed yesterday with us what the market could look like for Nolan Arenado.
I think Arenado has a trade value. We all know Max Muncy's still out with the Dodgers. The Yankees have had a revolving door at third base all season. I could see them making a move. John Mozeliak and Brian Cashman are longtime friends. That trade could happen. It maybe almost happened in the offseason. There was some money that with Marcus Stroman's deal that the Yankees couldn't get rid of that kind of killed that. But I could totally see that being an option again because, right now the Yankees know they're not good enough. They may not even win the division after the way Toronto has kicked it into gear. So I would not be shocked to see the Yankees make a bunch of moves and maybe go get Arenado to put him at third base.
So the Yankees, if you guys remember, and you should remember because I remind you all the time, the Yankees were the team that I had highlighted for Arenado in the offseason. I thought they made the most sense. And when Boston eventually signed Alex Bregman, I said the only possible team that's left, because the Astros, he declined the deal to the Astros. Boston then signed Alex Bregman. I said the only team now that makes sense, whether it's now or at the trade deadline, would be the Yankees. They have some options at third base, but not better than Nolan Arenado.
Right. And you don't need his bat.
And you don't need his
necessarily
bat,
in
right.
He's probably batting 6th or 7th. He's batting 6th now. Stanton is batting 5th, I believe. I don't know who they have batting 6th, but he's probably batting much lower in the lineup with that team than he would be here. Even though he's batting 6th here, he's probably 6th or 7th. I'm not sure what their lineup looks like from day to day,
and whether or not Stanton is actually healthy enough to play, which is another thing. Yes, let's see here. Tonight, I'll give you the lineup tonight. It's Gresham, Bellinger, Judge, Chisholm, Dominguez, Rice, Volpe, Wells, and then Vivas, who's their current third baseman.
Vivas Las Vegas?
Yes.
Why not? There are only two guys in that entire order you wouldn't be willing to move. Obviously, Aaron Judge and Bellinger, who has gone ballistic in the last few weeks. Otherwise, everybody is open to be moved.
So Stanton is not in there tonight, by the way.
He's not?
No. So I don't know if he's still banged up.
Did you say Goldie?
He's not in there tonight.
Oh, okay.
That's morphing into a little more of a platoon now as well.
Yeah, so Goldschmidt, their last lineup, which was last Sunday, was Goldschmidt, Bellinger, Judge, Stanton, Chisholm, Dominguez, Volpe, Wells, and then Peraza was their third baseman. So whoever it is, their third baseman is batting ninth. But yeah, you can move down Volpe and make Wells, whatever. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is, are the Cardinals willing to take on the contract and just move them to open up that spot? Because the big deal was, hey, we want somebody to also take most of the contract. Well, now you're another half a year in.
You're already paying them.
Exactly. So what's more valuable to you? Not giving up the money, and like you said, you're already paying him, but getting the value specifically out of Arenado, or opening up that spot so that Gorman can play third and you can get Jordan Walker's bat in the lineup consistently. Right. That's what that is. So what's more valuable to you? And if I'm Bloom, I'm trying to convince, if I can get a deal done, Bloom / Mo, if I can get a deal done with Brian Cashman and the Yankees to send Arenado out there but eat most of the contract, I'm trying to convince the DeWitts to do that. Like, hey, the opportunity is now. His bat will likely continue to decline.
Yeah. It's not going to get better.
It's not going to get better.
We'll see. I don't know. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what moves are made. What we got? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah. So I don't. I really. I don't know. I don't know what the. I think it all boils down to what the ultimate goal is.
Exactly.
Like the article that Katie Wu wrote that we were talking about yesterday, Mo said it may come down to the final 72 hours prior to the deadline before we actually have a decision.
Right. Which is fine, because the deadline's going to spur action. The deadline gets, people, if you're a contender and you're seeing other people making deals, you get a little nervous.
But I think that's, so for me, I think that's problematic in the sense of, I love the fact that you would wait, because obviously teams get more eager to make a decision and make a move. Correct. You wait to the final second. And now teams are more, I got to get this done. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, you don't know which direction you're going.
Right.
So you could, honestly wait till 72 hours and say, "Yep, we're good. We're gonna ride this thing out and see if we can make a playoff push." To me, that's the problem, because I don't think the playoffs should be the ultimate goal right now. I think you get better for the future by risking something and moving in a different direction this year.
Yep.
And I felt that way for the last 2 years. And here we are, probably going to be the same thing as we've had the last couple of years.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out soon. Speculation, all that can halt here in a couple of weeks. Our Sports Six-Pack Part 1 is next, so if you got a question for us, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Send in those questions. Sports Six-Pack next in the Fast Line.
But overall, I feel pretty good about where the club is. Obviously,
The 101 Reward Center is always loaded up with awesome giveaways. And right now we have your chance to win a tailor-made golf bag. Enter to score that sleek tailor-made golf bag right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Don't slow down. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter, Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh. Time for part one of the Sports Six-Pack. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service tax line. Get those questions in now. Got a couple of segments to answer them. Bradford, question one, please.
Question number one.
Guys from the 314, it's been a long time, so...
It's been a while.
It has been a while. So when is the next time that St. Louis will get the Midsummer Classic All-Star Game festivities again?
Oh, yeah. How long has it been? Bradford, do you know off the top of your head?
Well, that was mid-2000s, so...
2000s.
It's when they opened up the new park, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what, 06?
Your Derby champion, if I'm not mistaken, Prince Fielder, off of the top of my head. Sounds right.
I think you're right. Let's see. It was... Busch Stadium was 2009.
I remember.
2009.
I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, first and foremost, but I think St. Louis is an outstanding host for the All-Star break. Outstanding. I love Busch Stadium too. I know it's biased, but I really enjoy the park. It's always clean, relatively clean for a stadium. Mm-hmm. The view is outstanding. Typically you get, it's hot, but typically you get good weather. I think it'd be a great spot.
Bring it back.
I'm trying to look here real quick to see if there's been any, if somebody's gotten it twice since the Cardinals have hosted.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Atlanta? When was the last time Atlanta had it? Well, it wasn't true. When was it? Since 2009?
Atlanta's hosted it 3 times.
That was the first one at Truist.
1972, 2000.
Oh, it was 2000.
Yeah,
okay.
and 05.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be a while. So we see it.
We just know that next year it's going to be in the city of brotherly love. Mm-hmm. This event, though, isn't scheduled out years in advance, a la the Olympics. You have a year or two, and then you wait for the commish to reveal.
Correct. All right, question 2.
Question number 2.
All right, guys. This one coming from none other than I Hate Paper Straws. Is the NL Central the best division in all of baseball?
I was looking at this.
No.
What do you think is?
I think the NL East is the toughest division in baseball.
Right now? I think last year.
I think right now it is. And then...
It's really just the 2 teams. The Braves stink.
Did I say NL?
Yeah.
Apologies. AL East is what I meant.
Okay.
Because you got the
Yankees.
Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox, and Rays all playing well.
O's have the talent.
And the Orioles have the talent, but
they are minus 90 in run differential.
They have. The bottom fell out for absolutely no reason. But all those teams have a positive run differential except for the Orioles. Same deal with the NL Central, but when I think of those teams right now, especially the Blue Jays playing as well as they are, talent-wise, all that, I think it's still the NL East. And the NL West is still incredibly tough.
I would say NL West. I do like the AL East, though. But the NL West. The Padres, I don't know what the Giants are. I think, I don't know.
They're a baseball team.
In San Francisco, one of your favorite teams. But I don't know what they are in terms of playoff contenders. But the Dodgers and the Padres
I think they're the same. I think they're in the same category as the Cardinals, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I think they've got more pitching, but their offense has stunk.
Yeah.
Even after adding Devers, it really hasn't done anything. I will say this. The NL Central, and I've always criticized the NL Central as it's always been the Cardinals and then one other team, and then that team just rotates every 4 or 5 years. It's much better than I thought it was going to be. by a long shot. I mean, the Milwaukee Brewers are 16 games above 500 again, and are still a game out from the Cubs in first place. And the Reds have played better than they did a year ago.
Most surprising division. I think that would be more than fair.
Agreed.
To assert.
Agreed. But I'd still say if you're going overall, top to bottom, with how they're playing and the talent levels of each team, I'll go with the East, the AL East.
Yeah, I would agree. You got three teams, obviously in the that are in there, and then in the wild cards in the playoff race right now, and then the Rays are right there, game and a half out of the wild card as well. So, yeah.
Bear said Brewers and one other team. Let's get it right. Yeah, right now it's the Brewers and one other team. You're right, Bear. Fair.
Question number 3.
From the 636, gentlemen, are you guys pumped for the Savannah Bananas to be in town? They're scheduled to play 2 at Busch this weekend, weather permitting.
And the weather was not cooperating the first time that the game was scheduled, right? So hopefully things clear up by this weekend. But I think it's great. I think what the Savannah Bananas have done. I mean, if you have listened to. And I think they've got, 2 founders, right? One typically speaks to the media, but I think there's a couple of guys that have founded it. If you listen to, and I'll find the name of the founder of the Savannah Bananas, guy that runs everything. I love it. I love what he preaches. Because there was a clip that I saw of him talking about all of the failures that they had when they first opened up. So they had this idea, and they wanted to make it a reality, and they made it a reality, and they made they had so many mistakes from the company that printed off the jerseys and all the I think it was just the jerseys, but they spelled bananas wrong. They also had the idea of a ticket gets you like all you can eat concessions.
That didn't go well.
So everybody was in he talked about how the first game everybody was at the concession. Nobody's watching the game. There was one other thing that he had discussed that was, but his whole point was, if you have an idea and you believe in it, don't stop when the problems arise. Adjust, admit you made the mistakes, and move forward. And now look at what the bananas are. So I'm all about it, man. Family friendly. It's creative. I love that they're expanding the teams now, so they have different. There's other teams within that like division that is also playing them. They'll have celebrities stop by the catcher. Ham Porter from the Sandlot played in one of their games recently. At least had an at bat. I think it's great.
And like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
Yeah,
like the concept is really really good. They've done a really good job, and I think it's really cool. I've seen highlights of what they do, like when they turn the lights off and they play with the ball that you can see in the dark, like in the bats and the gloves. Like I think all of that is pretty.
It's creative.
It is very creative. So they have a niche that they are leaning on, and people are really buying into it, and people are intrigued and engaged with what they're doing.
Yep. And it seems like they found guys that do have baseball backgrounds, so you're actually watching some baseball, but you also are getting players that lean into the entertainment value. If you see any of the guys on social media, they're always singing and dancing. Also, I think it's great. I think it's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Bacon Wrap Wiener says, "I love foul balls, outs by fans." Yeah, so
if you catch it in the stands, it's an out. That is
awesome.
Cool.
That's great. Masterson also pointing out, admitting mistakes not the Cardinals way. No, that's the Savannah Banana way.
Nah.
Maybe someday it'll be the Cardinals. You never know. Nope. Okay. Part 2. I tried. Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is coming up next. Keep those questions rolling in. 314-399-9646. Again, part 2 of the Sixer next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-500-5000.
The MLB is on ESPN tomorrow. Mets and Reds. Pregame at 2:30. First pitch at 3:10. The MLB plays on 101 ESPN. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Flores gets pumped about top pick. Good afternoon. I'm Bradford Bruns. Your Sports Center update is powered by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Earlier today, Cardinals scouting director Randy Flores joined BK and Ferrario to discuss many topics, including Liam Doyle's major league readiness.
He was hoping that we put him on a plane and sent him to Arizona after we signed him
I like
to
that.
meet the team. That's how this kid's wired. We had him walk around on the field, and he was asking if he could throw a bullpen. And so he's aggressive, and he wants to play. We'll try to be smart about pairing that with what we think is best, given his workload.
Consume that full conversation now on 101ESPN.com. The Redbirds do indeed find themselves out west tonight. Cards D-backs first pitch set for 8:40 p.m. This Sports Center update was presented by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
All right, let's continue our Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN Part 2. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Keep sending those questions to us. Bradford, question 4.
Question number 4.
The 636 checking in. Staltz, why do the Jordan Kyrou rumors still float out there? When can we just lock him in as a member of the 25-26 note?
You can go ahead and lock him in right now.
Co-signed.
Let's deal with one thing first. As Jamie often notes, the media they need to, and we're included in this. Okay, I'm not overlooking the fact that we have to create 16 segments a day. We need something to talk about. You want to listen to something? We want to. It's not always going to be stuff that we're reacting to. It's going to be stuff that we speculate about. So we do it as well. And the more that everybody is in the content-driven sphere of sports, content. What else you got? And you have an off season now with the hockey. You're gonna get reports like this. But as Jamie likes to note, the Canadian media typically drives this, where they say, "Well, Doug Armstrong. We're hearing Doug Armstrong is answering his phone."
Sure.
If I call you, you're going to answer?
Yes, of course, Carey. Especially for you.
Thank you. Sometimes, even those unknown numbers, you answer. They are getting ridiculous, too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Let it go to voicemail.
Every damn day.
Anyways, so people are trying to drive content during the off season. So I think that's why the rumors persist. But let's use common knowledge here, right? Or not common knowledge. Let's use common sense. If the Blues were going to trade Jordan Kyrou, it would have came before the deadline kicked in with his contract.
Yeah.
That was the time to trade him. I don't understand why we're still talking about this now, outside of the fact that, again, some media members want to drive up content, drive up, looks to their websites, social media following, etc.
Get someone excited so they can go to your website and read the article.
There you go.
That says nothing. I hate those. I hate those headlines. Like I when I see a headline that is misleading, I want to grab the author and just have a stern talk with them.
Okay.
I almost went in
You almost went dark there for a second.
I did. Grab him by the arm, pull him close. I say, hey, why would you write that?
Doing that?
Why would you do that? That's not fair, and it's not right.
This headline is
very misleading
article
at all.
Yeah.
This is you baited me into clicking. And
I don't like it.
I'm raging a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. It's not fair.
Good call.
It's going to make me mad.
It's pretty clear now in hindsight, isn't it? Now, you can disagree with what the organization did. Zach Bolduc, gone. You're hitching your wagon to Jordan Kyrou, to Jimmy Snuggerud. You were dealing from a position of strength. It's not the worst thing in the world to have a 35-goal-plus scorer on the roster at wing.
No. Again, why it doesn't? It really hasn't made sense. It hasn't made sense. So People keep talking about it. They keep bringing it up, so we keep getting asked about it. But ultimately, there's nothing here. I would be shocked if they moved him. So going back to the question, I think you could just go ahead and say, hey, he's going to be on the roster.
Question number 5.
Fittingly, I'm going to clean this one up just a tad from the never-ending wipe. All right, guys. So all 3 shows on ESPN. Indeed. Personalities, producers, everybody's at the house, okay?
Uh-huh.
Who's the first one leaving? And then who's the last one to head out?
First one to get here, or the last one to get here?
First one to bow. So
if we're having people over.
Yeah, flash forward. Who's bowing out first? Who's going home last?
Out of all the people here?
Yep.
Jamie's leaving last, didn't he?
I don't know about that.
Actually, you might be leaving
I
last.
might be leaving last.
You might be.
I might be. Yeah, Ryder gives us the thumbs up.
You might be. At that
Depends.
AFC, NFC bash.
I was hanging.
You were hanging.
You know, surprisingly, who would be the last one would be Tanner.
I knew it.
T-Bone would be the last one.
Would you like to shut it down?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's only a few people that was there longer than me at the AFC NFC Championship party. And T-Bone was one of them.
Who's the first to leave?
See, I don't know. I know, obviously, I know Doug, I know Martin, but I don't know them personally.
Well enough?
Yeah, I don't know them well enough to say.
BK might be. He hung with us at Jamie's party.
You would think that Jamie would be the last to leave, but I don't think he would.
He might not be.
I think
it would be you.
That would be last. Oh, I'm telling you, it's T-Bone.
You're shutting it down. You and T-Bone.
T-Bone would be the last to leave. Yeah. I don't think you would be the first to leave.
Nah, I'd be somewhere in the middle. Like I get a cue from somebody else that's leaving. All right, it's been good, fellas. I don't want to be the first because I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
But I'm probably ready to go.
I never really mastered that art. Isn't that a tricky thing to be able to judge and be the one to gracefully bow out?
Sure.
You probably wanted to go a bit ahead of time, but you couldn't, so you're trying to find the right spot. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Moon on the other show, they say Moon he just leaves.
Yeah.
Like you'll be talking to him and then you don't know he's like, I'm gone. Yeah.
Right.
Which I wish I had that skill set. Like I wish
you could have that skill set.
I don't want to be no.
Yeah.
I feel like I got to say bye to everybody.
Yeah. Hey,
but
thanks.
I wish I could just be out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Carey at? Carey is at home.
He's gone.
In the bed.
Yeah.
Sleep. He just left 5 minutes ago. Yeah, he drives fast. Yeah. Not that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GSW says T-Bone and Anthony sharing an Uber. Nah. I Ubered myself that night. I went home by myself that night. T-Bone was there well after the fact.
Kept going?
He was with Ryder.
Kept the party going?
I think so. I would assume, though, that Doug Vaughn would be the first one out for some reason. Like, if Doug showed up, I feel like he'd be the first one that's like, you know what? This has been lovely, but I'm out. I'll say that. I'll say Doug Vaughn. And I see T-Bone's last.
Got you.
Question number 6.
Last but not least, from the 636, our guy, Scotty Scheffler, has jumped into the driver's seat at the Open Championship at the end of round 2. Do you guys expect a fulfilling British Open weekend?
Ooh. Fulfilling in like...
It was just put out there.
He'll
take it for what it is. For Scotty or the field.
If Scheffler went, what would be the big deal? What would be the biggest of deals?
If
that Scheffler conquers
he won it
the
all.
Open, which would be his first, or Rory McIlroy puts an emphatic win on an incredible year.
It's Scotty. Because as much as we've talked about and everyone else, you hear this guy, he's not even moved by what he's doing. And then to just say, yeah, I'm not moved by it, but I'm better than you. Ouch. To me, that is the stamp on everything.
Right.
I don't even want to play this game, but damn it, when I do, I'm just going to dominate faces.
Crush you.
Because you're not better than me, and I ain't even trying. That to me is like the ultimate, I really don't like this guy. If I'm playing against him, like this guy said, he doesn't even, I just do it because I'm good at it. Why do you do it? Because you love it? Dummy, You idiot. I'm just here because I'm that damn good. Like, he should turn heel. Just turn into, like, the villain on the PGA Tour.
And at the same time, you can have the greatness because you're talking about somebody who's going after the third leg of the career Grand Slam. I'm not saying he's Tiger. I'm not saying he's ever going to be Tiger in that stratosphere. He certainly doesn't even have the charisma of a Phil Mickelson. But if you're trying to work your way into that list, onto that list of all-time greats, you're that much closer to doing so. And it was great for Rory at Augusta, but we just talked about it. What was that, yesterday? As far as the turnaround there, right now, you have miles between Scheffler and McIlroy. It's not close.
At the Open, or are you just talking about period?
Period.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, Scotty Scheffler is like the only reason why we're underselling. I still think we're underselling what Scotty Scheffler has done is because of Tiger Woods.
Right.
Because Tiger Woods existed and did what he did. He still exists, I should say, but existed in the PGA golf world, right? We have undersold Scotty Scheffler's accomplishments.
Yeah, Scotty should just say, you know what, the hell with it. You guys don't like me. I don't like y'all. I don't know if they don't like him, but he should create that. He should create it. Like, so after he wins, he'd be like, yeah, I did it. Like, how excited are you for what? For me to win another one? I'm going to do it. Boring.
Wow.
I wish I could get some comp out here.
You put a spin on this that I was not expecting.
That would be the best. If you just turn villain, turn heel.
All right.
And then more people would be tuned in. Like, this guy's crazy.
This guy is
But
nuts.
he's so damn good.
I want him to lose, but he
just doesn't.
He won't.
He had a nice Masters menu, though. Yes, he did.
Yeah, good call. All right, it's the Fast Line on 101 at ESPN. Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh, Gary Davis, Anthony Stalter. Jamie will be back with us on Monday. We stop by the NFC North as part of our NFL training camp tour next on 101 ESPN.
We want to hear from you. Use the Scott Lee Mic Drop feature on the 101 mobile app. Give us your opinion on anything St. Louis sports with a mic drop.
Brought to you by the Scott Lee Heating Company.
Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
All right, our NFL training camp tour continues with the NFC North today. This is one of the more interesting divisions in the National Football League because all four teams could be contenders, really. The Bears are off to a nice start last season, and they definitely upgraded at several spots, including the head coach this offseason. Mm-hmm. But, Bradford, I know you got specific questions for us.
Yeah,
Fire away.
We're actually going to begin in the Motor City. Jamie's team, the Lions, who, did you know, guys, that the Lions actually have 11 games this coming season against playoff teams from a year ago. Ooh. Only Philadelphia actually has as many throughout the league. But a couple of different questions starting on the offensive line. Number one, it's center, who's going to replace the veteran presence, definitely, of Ragnow. And then Hutchinson, too, a full go after that devastating injury. A few more questions than usual for a team that certainly did major damage 1 year ago.
Yeah, I think they are poised to be, right back in it. I have been watching the quarterback and watching the Lions and Jared Goff. Those injuries really set them back. Mm-hmm. And they still had a really good season, but you can tell it was just a matter of time before they got to the point where it was going to bite them in the butt. And Anzalone got hurt. Hutchinson got hurt. The other D lineman, I can't remember who it was, he got hurt. They had
was
so
it DJ
many.
Reader?
Was it? It might have been. They had so many injuries up front and on the defensive side. It was one game where they just went for it. It seemed like every fourth down. They were 4 for 5 on fourth down because he was like, we got guys that we just signed off the street that don't even know the defense. It's unfair.
It was a Packer game
for us to put them in a position where they have to make a stop. So I think with all that being said, now you did lose both coordinators, which is going to be a tough task, seeing how, Jared Goff and Ben Johnson had one brain. Like they were on the same page more times than not. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, but I think they'll be fine.
This is a tough, resilient group because of Dan Campbell. And if you hire Dan Campbell or any head coach that's not going to be a play caller, this is a possibility where you're going to have to replace several coordinators throughout the course of your tenure. Anytime you hire a defensive coordinator as a head coach, the possibility remains that exists that you're going to have to replace the OC. One good thing about Dan Campbell is he clearly has an eye for talent when it comes to picking his coaching staff. So I think the Lions are going to be fine. They are loaded on both sides of the ball still. I think the injuries along the offensive line, or not the injuries, excuse me. You had their center retire, and then you had another. I think their guard went in free agency. So you're replacing 2 out of the 5 offensive linemen off one of the best offensive lines in football. It's gonna matter. I can see the Lions starting off a little bit slow, but they're still loaded with talent. They're gonna be fine.
CD, quickly, your thoughts on the 2 top draft selections up front, Williams as well as Ratledge, different sides of the football coming from major programs. What can they bring in year one?
Well, you're gonna have to. You probably drafted him with not the expectation of him playing right away, and then your center retires, and so hopefully you made a good decision. Hopefully you drafted and scouted him well, and he's going to develop, and he can. The center is the one that's going to make all of the calls on the offensive line. They are the centerpiece, obviously, in between both guards and both tackles, and if they are not on the same page as your quarterback and the entire offensive line, you're going to have a long day. So that is a bit scary, getting a new center in there, a rookie center, a guy that has not taken any snaps in the NFL, but you're surrounded by guys that do it and have done it really well, so I think they'll be fine. But it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out for the Detroit Lions.
Let's go to the Twin Cities. Marshy, this one is for you in Minnesota. You have the revamped offensive line. All of the questions, though, the issue is still kind of taking a backseat to the man who is taking over at quarterback. Year number 1 for J.J. McCarthy. Now, guys, this team really did shore up a lot as far as that O-line, as I mentioned. When you look at the secondary, though, you look at the defense as well, you look at a couple of other components here. Interestingly, this team has a pair of way out there international contests, too. The early schedule is funky. What are you expecting from the Vikes?
This one's incredibly tough to predict because of J.J. McCarthy. He hasn't played in over a year. And, CD, you and I weren't really high on him being a top overall draft pick. However, when Jim Harbaugh backs you, and I know he had him at Michigan, but look, he recruited J.J. McCarthy and ultimately won a national championship with him.
Right.
Jim Harbaugh knows what he's doing from a quarterback standpoint. He's got an eye for him. He coaches him very well. He's got a long track record of it. I don't know if clearly the Vikings are going to take a step back. They're not going to win 14 games again this year. But are they going to lose 4 more games in which they don't at least make a wild card? I'm not ready to go there.
I don't know what the Vikings are going to be. I don't know. I thought Sam Darnold did a great job, which really surprised me. Kevin O'Connell might be a damn good coach. Great offensive mind, and can get these guys playing at an extremely high level. But Sam Darnold is I'm so sorry. JJ McCarthy is unknown. It's unproven at this level. He didn't play at all last year, played in the preseason. And my concern that I continue to tell Marshy is, if they felt so high about Sam Darnold, they wouldn't have been in the conversation for Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. You don't have that conversation about a veteran quarterback who is only going to play 1 year if you're that confident in the guy that you have in-house at that moment, that you just spent the first round selection on the prior year. So I don't know what J.J. McCarthy is. Hopefully he does well. But I agree with you, Anthony. I don't know that they're a 14-win team like they were last year. They were outstanding last year. So it's going to be hard to recreate or match what you did last year. But you got Justin Jefferson out there, man. So, hell, throw it to him. He open somewhere down there.
You got Justin Jefferson. You got Jordan Addison. You've got Aaron Jones coming back.
T.J. Hockenson.
Revamped offensive line as well.
Defensive line, they added some depth on the defensive line as well to a defense that and Jonathan Allen. They got some. That defense is going to play well, so I don't have any concerns about that. Brian Flores has those guys flying around, so I'd be in. But I think the quarterback position. How well does JJ handle everything, and is he able to get it going in the direction that they needed to?
Our next organization has that quarterback position taken care of in the form of Jordan Love. But what's going to happen in Green Bay when it comes to that O-line? Questions at left tackle. Will it be a Jordan Morgan, a Rasheed Walker maybe? And how about the secondary post-Alexander? Somebody in this room is a little more bullish on the Packers than others. What do you guys think?
I like the Packers.
You like them?
Yeah. I like that they went out and got a receiver, Matthew Golden. That was one of the concerns that they had. We've never drafted it. When was the last time they drafted the first round? Okay, you got one. Matthew Golden is a guy. You can go get it.
Shut your mouths. Finally.
They dealt with a lot of injuries. Christian Watson was often injured, has been often injured. They had the issue with, was it Romeo Doubs last year who had to miss a game because he was complaining about targets or not getting the opportunities or the looks that he wanted.
Yeah, it was Dobbs
in the game. So you go out and draft the number 1 receiver. I like Jordan Love. I love what they were able to do. And Matt LaFleur, to me, is one of the best play calling offensive coordinator / head coaches in the NFL. Mm-hmm. He's very creative. He does a great job of keeping teams off balance. And the play calls are just really, really good. So for me, I think offensively they'll be fine. And I think they may actually be the team that could win the division this year.
I could see it. I really could. I like the Packers as well. I don't know if I love them as much as you do, but, you know, it's to me, it's not just about the wide. Their wide receivers were fine a year ago. I mean, each guy could do separate things.
They were fine. They didn't have, in my opinion, that guy. Like I said, Christian Watson, I think he could be or could have been, but he's often injured with leg, hamstring issues. I think he's a really good talent.
Yeah.
His rookie year had some drops that kind of pissed off Aaron Rodgers, but he's done a great job thus far, but he just is often injured.
Yeah.
I think they got a guy now, and that's one of the things that they said they wanted, and they went and got one.
I think the bigger question is whether or not Jordan Walker needs to take his next step too.
He does.
I think the bigger question is whether or not Jordan Love takes that next step, right? Like, he has been the guy that surprised his first year as a starter. Then last year there was a lot good, some where you question. Is there another level to his game too?
I think that it was some good some bad at the beginning of the year. I thought the second half he played well. He played really well, which kind of propelled that team in the right direction. I think he has everything that they need. And like I said, you just went and got you a number 1 receiver. You have no more excuses. Josh Jacobs runs the ball really well in the backfield. I think this team could win the division and probably should.
They could have added they don't have a top pass rusher. That would be my big concern about the Packers. But yeah, I think they're a playoff team. I think this division is loaded. this season.
Underrated defensive work as well in year number 1 under the new coordinator. We'll see how you fix some of the concerns in the secondary there. Whereas in Chicago, so much of the attention and the ink, rightfully so, going to the offensive side. Caleb Williams would appear to have all the weapons he now needs, except maybe a left tackle. We digress. Year number 1 for Ben Johnson there in the Windy City. The Bears projected currently being the bottom feeder again, but a lot of reasons for optimism moving forward.
So I was really high on this team. I feel like I'm going to dial it back just a little bit. I love Ben Johnson. I think he's also a very creative play caller, does a great job. But your quarterback has to be capable of handling all of those things. And Caleb Williams might still be 1 year or 2 years away from reaching his full potential. I just have to see it. I love all the weapons that they have. DJ Moore, you went out and drafted Loveland from Michigan. You drafted Luther from Mizzou. I love what they have on the offensive side. But I'm still gonna hold out for a little bit longer. I don't know, and DeAndre Swift I think is a good running back. I don't know if he's a necessarily a game breaker at that position. So yeah, I'll wait and see.
Look, I think the arrow is absolutely pointing up for the Bears. I don't think there's any question about it. You added Ben Johnson, one of the top young play callers in the league, and you know, this isn't somebody that did it just for 1 year in Detroit. He did it for several years in Detroit. The talent at the skill positions are outstanding. The offensive line, they made massive upgrades along the offensive line. I will point out, though, that Jonah Jackson was benched by the Rams last year. Drew Dahlman missed 7 or 8 games for the Falcons last year. So
Joe Tooney's good.
Joe Tooney's very good.
Yeah.
While they upgraded, it's not as if they're surefire can't miss upgrades. Along the defensive line, you know how I feel about Grady Jarrett. Love him. But that's somebody, too, that I think his better days are behind him. They have upgraded. The arrow is pointing up. But how big of a leap does Caleb Williams make in his second year? It really just comes down to that.
That's really what it is.
Because DJ Moore can be standing out there, and Roma Dunes are going to be standing out there, and Loveland and Cole Kmet can be standing out there, and Caleb Williams continues to be a magnet for sacks.
Yeah. But them upgrading the offensive line should help with that, especially up the middle. Like, as long as you're not getting hit square in the face by a 330-pound defensive tackle,
right,
or him pressuring you, you should be better.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, it's Fast Line on 101 ESPN. We got the gauntlet coming up next.
KXOS, WXOS, HD1 East St. Louis, 101 ESPN is driven by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. Two former pros and one average Joe. You're listening to The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 4 warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
404, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh. And we welcome a first-timer, Nick from Festus. What's up, Nick?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, man, we appreciate you joining us. We appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing, and fired up to have you.
Yeah, let's go. I can't wait.
All right, you got 2 options. Would you like to take on Carey or me in the gauntlet?
Ooh, let's go meat. I'll take meat.
Meat?
Let's go.
Who's meat?
You.
Oh, me.
Anthony Stalter.
Do you want Anthony or Carey?
Oh, Anthony. Sorry, Anthony. My bad.
That's all right, yeah.
I ran over it with the skid steer, so it's terrible.
Oh, that's all right. Drive safely. All right, I'm heading to the Cone of Silence. Good luck, Nick.
Let's go. I got it.
All right, Nick. Anthony is heading to the Cone of Silence. You know how this works. Tell Bradford to spin that wheel.
All right, spin that wheel, baby. Let's go.
All right, Nick, is there a specific category that you're looking for?
Honestly, I want to say baseball, but I don't know if that's going to jinx me or not, so we're just going to see what it goes with.
All right, well, it's not baseball. Bradford, what you got?
This feels right today. I'm just going to say it. Random.
Oh, let's go.
All random.
I might do all right.
All right, so you know how this works. If you get it right without the options, you get 2 points. You get it right with the options, you get 1 point. And if you get it wrong, you get 0 points. So we'll see how you and Anthony fare. How you fare versus Anthony. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Definitely.
Give us the country that is widely considered the tulip capital of the world.
The tulip capital. How many of the options on that one?
Is it the Netherlands, Finland, or Germany?
Let's go Finland.
Final answer?
Final.
Okay, Nick, question number 2. Recording artist Petey Pablo hit his peak in the early 2000s. Can you tell us his genre of music?
R&B hip-hop.
Final answer?
Final.
Question number 3. Spell the word platypus, a semi-aquatic egg-laying mammal.
Platypus. Platypus. Final.
All right, and question number 4. Nick, can you tell us who won this year's Wimbledon singles title on the men's side?
Ooh, no, I'm definitely going to need the options. I do not keep up with sports at all in any fashion.
All right, here they are. Yannick Skinner. Carey, help me out with number 2. It's your favorite guy.
Boo Yanconchetti.
There you go. Or Carlos Alcaraz.
Let's go with C on that option. Final.
All right.
All right, we'll get Anthony back in here. Nick, how you feel?
Not great.
All right. Well, Anthony is heading back from the Cone of Silence, and Anthony is looking like he's ready to roll.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
How's the Cone of Silence?
It was good. Mike Ryder and I were listening to, he was playing Coldplay.
Oh.
Which some people like.
Some people don't. Some people don't want to be at the concert when they're jamming out.
Well, why don't you just go to the concert? And
he did.
Not.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people at the Coldplay concert.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah. All right. Nick he's outstanding. Yeah, you know, he's a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
Energy's tremendous.
Great energy. Yeah.
No doubt. That was quick, by the way.
It was. Anthony.
Yes.
Your category today is your favorite
hockey.
Random.
No, I hate random.
No, that's not
No, I do. I hate random.
Oh, okay.
Nothing makes me feel dumber.
So, as per usual, pack that lunch.
Yeah, probably will have to.
All right, Anthony, here we go.
All right.
Give us the country that is widely considered the tulip capital of the world.
The country that is the tulip capital of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, it's options.
That's the country? Is that your final list? Oh, options. You want the options.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Netherlands, Finland, or Germany?
Netherlands, Finland, or Germany?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to narrow this down. I don't think it's Germany, so I'll say Germany. Final answer. Going a little reverse psychology.
Okay.
Staltz, no doubt about it. You were bumping this guy back in the day. Recording artist Petey Pablo hit his peak in the early 2000s. What was his genre of music?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the classifications would be. Would it be rap? Would it be R&B? Would it be hip-hop? Oh, man. Petey Pablo, the fast lane. Hip-hop? I'll go with hip-hop. Final answer.
Question number 3. Spell the word platypus, a semi-aquatic egg-laying mammal.
Nah. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. Options.
All right, I'm going to spell them out. So
Yep.
all right.
Yep.
Option A is PLATEPUSS.
Okay.
Option B, PLATYPUS. Option C, PLATIPUS.
I'll go with B. Final answer.
Finally, Staltz, who won this year's Wimbledon singles title on the men's side of the draw?
Nobody knows that. It's a trick question. Options.
Your options are Yannick Skinner, Carey's favorite,
Jan Chowketti,
or Carlos Alcaraz.
Oh, Carlos Alcaraz. Final answer.
Whew, all right.
My.
Let's start there. Who won this year's Wimbledon singles title on the men's side? Nick, you said, Carlos Alcaraz. Anthony, you said Carlos Alcaraz. The correct answer is
Boo is our favorite this week, but it's Yannick Skinner.
Yannick Skinner.
Yeah. Yannick Skinner.
0-0.
Forgot about him.
Recording artist Petey Pablo hit his zenith in the early 2000s. Name his genre of music. Nick, you said hip-hop. Anthony, you said, I said R&B. Is it hip-hop? Is it rap? Then you landed on hip-hop. Correct answer is...
There's no tricking you guys. Hip-hop all the way.
Neither of you needed the options. 2-2. Let's go to question number 1. Give us the country that is widely considered the tulip capital of the world. Nick, you took the options. You said Finland.
That's
Anthony, you took the option. You said it's not Germany. Give me Germany.
Yeah.
Don't know why you did that.
Yeah.
Correct answer is...
Why, it's the Netherlands, of course.
The Netherlands.
Oh, we surrounded it, though, Nick.
Yeah.
We surrounded it. Yep.
Tie game, 2-2.
Germany seemed like the unlikeliest option. Finland seemed like the likeliest option.
Oh, you should have went with the likely.
But it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I just went with the one that was the outlier.
Final question. Spell the word platypus, a semi-aquatic egg-laying animal. Nick, you took option B, PLATYPUS. Anthony, you also took PLAYTUS. The correct answer is...
PLATYPUS.
You both got it right. But Nick did not need the options.
Nick. Nice job.
Chosen.
You earned that one, man. Nice job, Nick. Congratulations, man.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Well done, man. Well done. Congratulations, first time.
I'm calling in every single day, and I never do. This is the first time I ever called in or texted in to try to do this. This is awesome.
And you got a dub, dude, and you can celebrate all weekend.
Let's go. We're all weekend, baby. I'm pumped.
Good man.
Good job,
You'll
Nick.
be back. You'll be back on Monday. You'll take on either Carey or Jamie.
Heck yeah. I'm probably going to choose Jamie. I'm going to get that one out of the way, see if I can make it past him. So we're going to see.
There you go, Nick. Congrats, brother. Nice job, man.
Right on. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. That was awesome. Best experience ever.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good, man.
job, Nick.
That's awesome.
Enjoy
Way to
your
go,
weekend.
See
Thank
you,
you so
pal.
much. PK Construction for life, baby. PK Construction, baby.
There you go. Shout out. All right, thanks, Nick. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. The pure joy in Nick's voice there.
He's so excited. That's awesome.
Gets the people going.
Yeah, that's cool.
Gator also said that was my highest score in random ever, so he's right. Not even mad about it. So he nailed the spelling on that.
He's nailed it.
Good for him.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Good for him.
He's like, oh,
that's awesome.
and then ripped it off. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
If memory serves, that is the third ever spelling question in the random category.
Now, do you do random, don't you?
That would be accurate.
Yeah.
He said the word, he spelled the word, then he said it again, like he was really in the spelling bee.
Good for him.
Like Nick might be a spelling bee champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have the
Said
origin?
platypus.
Can I have the origin, please?
I'm sure he'll tell us one day.
Platypus. Final answer.
Yeah. I'm just glad I got the Petey Pablo.
Oh, if I would say rap.
You would have said rap?
Yeah. Which is hip hop, so
Yeah.
Rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
Now it was rap and hip hop on
It was hip hop, but if I would have got that wrong, I would have been.
I was about to say, what's the difference between hip hop and rap? Nothing.
Same
All
thing.
right.
Yeah.
We would have accepted either.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Take your shirt off. But when listen, University of Illinois, that come on to. Nobody has shirts on.
We're all from North Carolina singing that song.
Yeah.
All right. Congrats to Nick. I'm going to go to the penalty box. We're going to talk about Randy Flores and his appearance today on BK and Ferrario. Some really good stuff, great stuff on the MLB draft in the direction of the Cardinals. Next on 101 ESPN.
The Redbird Report. Your front row seat to all things Cardinals. From the dugout to the diamond, BK and T-Bone go deep with the latest news, notes, and analysis. Watch the Redbird Report on YouTube or listen online at 101ESPN.com.
Hey, this is Jay Delsing, and I have free golf balls to give away. I have this special limited time offer for all of you golfers. Go to the Underdog app and sign up. Use the promo code JAY24 and then send me your username at j@jdelsinggolf.com and I'll send you a dozen tailor-made golf balls for free. I only have about 50 dozen or so you have to act fast. That's JAY24 and send me your email at j@jdelsinggolf.com.
Buckle up. This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
The further you get away from the first, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks of the draft, the less boxes that are checked, right? So there's a trade-off on command for stuff or fastball shape, but maybe not off speed. You trade for handedness. But Liam checked so many boxes, and the scarcity of having the opportunity to pick someone with that type of engine, with that type of fastball profile, complemented with a split finger, with the durability that he had, it's just a really, really rarefied air and something that we were thrilled fell to us.
That was Randy Flores, who appeared earlier today on BK and Ferrario. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Live from the penalty box, I'm Anthony Stalter, Carey Davis, Bradford Bruns.
Hey, buddy.
Filling in for Andrew Marsh. So Randy Flores, of course, is the current, let me get his actual title here because it's changed. He is the current player director, I believe, for the Cardinals. He oversees the draft. I'm trying to get his actual title here.
You mean like the head scout or
scouting director?
Scouting director. Thank you.
An assistant. GM.
An assistant. There. That's what I was looking for. Assistant general manager and director of scouting. There it is for Randy Flores. I love, as people know, I love the direction of the Cardinals draft this year. It wasn't just about power arms. It was about getting arms, period. But Randy Flores mentioned right after the draft how the Cardinals decided to go with more high upside guys. Even if they had some injury concerns, they still went for upside. And this has been something that I don't think the Cardinals have done a good enough job at in the past. They have often gone with the player that feels the most safe.
Right.
Which is fine. But it's almost like, hey, let's just get in and see what happens. Hey, let's just get somebody that we think is going to be a big leaguer, and then we'll see what happens.
Right.
Well, you tend to cap your potential then. Your ceiling is a lot lower. Your floor might be higher, but your ceiling is lower. So I love the fact that Randy Flores, 1, got arms, 2, got power arms, and 3, went for upside, even if that upside carried a little injury risk.
You often talk about going, like the Cardinals not getting high ceiling guys. Like, what do you call it, high floor, but not really, because there's more of a risk at times that if they don't reach that potential. Of
high floor, low ceiling.
Yeah, that they don't reach that potential. I think they did do a great job. I think most people thought Liam Doyle would be gone by the time the Cardinals selected, and then you heard Randy Flores say the fact that he fell to us was outstanding. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, how well he performs, what his ceiling truly is. I was listening to, I don't remember who it was, but they were saying, I was BK and Ferrario yesterday, I believe, just saying that he could be similar to what Garrett Crochet is, which I think I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
I think everybody would be.
No doubt.
Right? So it's exciting when you feel like you know the direction of the team. Now, we know the direction, or we feel like we know the direction of the development, but we're still kind of waiting on the direction of the actual team. Like, are they going on the youth movement, which they said initially that they were, or are they going to try to push for a playoff spot, which then you stand pat at the deadline and you piss Anthony Stalter off?
Yes, greatly, in fact. So it's interesting that you said about the future. So Randy Flores also talked about drafting power arms specifically for this year for one specific reason. And I teased this before earlier in the show, Carey, about how you needed to act on drafting power arms because of the direction of Major League Baseball. Here's what Randy Flores meant.
We see how expensive it is to go and buy or acquire swing and miss fastballs. Once they're established and once they're known, it's just teams do not want to let go of that. And then players who are on the free agent market know that they have it, and it's very, very expensive to acquire. And so you either have to create it in-house or procure it, through the draft or international. And what we wanted to do was just put a little bit of balance on trying to get the engine and then see what the trade-off is on reliever risk or what the trade-off is on command or control, and have that be part of our process and not eliminate someone just because of that risk. On the flip side, though, you do want to keep balance, because we have had examples of players that if we only go all in on velocity, then we wouldn't have acquired them or drafted them. You go all the way back to my first draft, Zach Gallen in the 3rd round was not someone who had plus stuff at the time, but he's someone who grew into velocity, expanded his arsenal, and turned into the top of the rotation pitcher he is. Just a couple years ago, we had Gordon Graceffo in the 5th round who made a velocity jump once in the org. Even recently, Quinn Matthews in the 4th round was someone who didn't have velocity, but acquired velocity on his own and saw him propel to a top pitching prospect in the game. And so I think that we needed to evolve. I think we captured some of that, but we also want to stay true to the balance that I mentioned.
So I have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask the first one. So how often or how?
I've got two questions. I'll ask the first one first.
I'll ask the first one first, right? How often is it that guys' velocity jumps up when they come from high school or college?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, college probably more so than high school, more so than college. Like, how often does that happen? And should you be looking for, what should you be looking for in that regard?
So it's actually more often than you think. I can't say that, but it happens more than you would think, right? Because you're thinking, well, if a guy throws hard in high school, you might get a little jump over the next couple of years. But what tends to happen is that if you've got a smart organization that knows how to develop pitching, they'll figure out tweaks in your mechanics to add velocity.
Okay. So 2-3 miles per hour extra.
Yeah,
just based on how you're pitching and arm angle and all of those things.
Yes, maybe because everything comes from the lower half. Like everything in sports really comes to the lower from the lower half. Right. So if maybe the stride isn't long enough, a pitcher is cutting off his stride, or maybe they're not really coming over that front foot, so that they're leaning and they get all their weight behind their pitching. It's not just how strong your arm is. There's small tweaks in your mechanics that an organization can pick up on. So if a guy throws 92, but they notice something, he may fall to the fourth round. But once they get him in the organization, like, hey, we're gonna make some minor tweaks, and maybe that 92 goes to 94. If they get to 95, Dunko used to told me 95 is really when things change.
Okay.
95 plus, especially with movement, now. It's like difficult. That's different when you're a hitter. Not that you can't time it up, because obviously big leaguers do. Big leaguers can time up, 98, 99.
Right.
But once you get to that 95 range, things can be unlocked.
So my second question that I'm going to ask second is, what the hell took them so long to figure that out? Why did it take them so long to figure out, pitching going to cost a lot if you go outside the organization?
Now, that's a good question.
Why did they take so long to understand that we have to draft, develop these guys, instead of we're just going to get some pitchers in here and we're going to go outside the organization and bring those guys? We're going to spend a lot of money, Anthony.
Right.
But we're going to go outside and bring some of these guys into our organization. Not the ones you're thinking, but see that bin in the back? Yeah, that bin. We're going to go to that bin because it's a little cheaper, a little safer.
Right.
Why has it taken so long to get to this point?
That's a great question. One I can't answer. Because that's one. That's one of the frustrations that you and I have been vocal about. Is it just seems like the Cardinals have taken a while to figure out what others have seen for a while now, including if you're not. There's always been the haves and the have-nots in baseball,
right?
But at some point, the Cardinals almost felt okay with going with a more risk-averse approach. We'll take the guys that are pitch to contact. Fine. That's great when you got Dave Duncan and Yadier Molina. And Yadi overcame a lot of the fact that you didn't have the big-time power arms even after Dave Duncan had retired. But when you have Dave Duncan, you have Yadier Molina, you've got two cheat codes. But when you don't have either guy now, you better have guys that have swing and miss stuff, elite swing and miss stuff. But why they hadn't figured out, like you have to eventually pay for that, I don't know. And maybe Randy Flores is just kind of speaking in generalities. Maybe they've always known that, and it's just.
But if you knew that, then why has it taken so long to get to this philosophy of we're going to draft the guys that can? And he mentioned Zach Gallen and I forget who else he said.
Gordon Graceffo,
who were able to add on to that. But if you can draft that and they already have it and they have the capability of being one of those pitchers that you're talking about cost a lot of money, why would it take so long to actually go and draft those guys in the first round or at any point?
It's a great question. For me, obviously on the outside, somebody on the inside might listen to this and be like, yeah, we already knew that. My best guess is, CD, they had an organizational shift somewhere in the late, like in that 2016, 2017 range. I think they had an organizational shift to add more bats into the organization. They grew tired of trying to piece it together. I always call it the Grichuk and Piscotty years. Like I really like Randall Grichuk a lot. And personally, I really like him because we used to do some events. Young Cardinals get paired up to do certain events, and I did a couple of events with Randall Grichuk. I think he's a great dude. Yeah. And I would have loved to see him stay here. But the fact of the matter is, he wasn't a 4-5 guy. Steve Piscotty was a solid player. Right. He shouldn't be hitting in the middle of your order. So I think the Cardinals, and I don't fault him for this, but I think the Cardinals said, we're not drafting enough power. We're not drafting enough power. We're not drafting enough high quality bats. Obviously, the passing of Oscar Taveras changed things a lot too, because now that's one guy that you maybe were counting on to earmark your. He was going to be your cleanup hitter moving forward. And they just decided we're going to invest big time in bats. And instead, when it comes to pitching, we'll kind of make do. And I think this is the byproduct of that, where now you've got some young hitters, but your pitching isn't good enough. And we're talking about maybe making a wild card as opposed to securing the NL Central and being a legit contender. But it's a good question. Yeah. I think there was a shift, and now I think it's shifting back to pitching. And I wonder what would have happened if they just would have stayed on that path of pitching, continue to add, and then maybe the Ozuna trade doesn't hurt as bad. Maybe you still lose Gallen and Alcantara, but you're good because a couple of guys stayed healthy, and you were drafting, knowing
year after year.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe that deal is like, you know what? We gave up two good guys, but we needed the bat. Right. You miss. He had 2 good years offensively. Off the field stuff we moved on from. Sometimes you miss on those deals. Yeah. But we still have all this pitching. I hope that's the future for them. All right, it's Fast Line on 101 ESPN. Brad, you're going to have to tease the next segment. I bring my rundown. What do we got next?
Well, we are shifting, guys, from the diamond to the gridiron. So we've already gone through the Big Ten. We've talked about the SEC, but do we expect any surprises to stem from the ACC or Bill Belichick land? That's going to be coming up next on the Fast Lane. 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-500-5000.
Text us anytime at 314-399-9646 on the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation text line on 101 ESPN. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Chase Field, the confines for second half opener. I'm Bradford Bruns. Your Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Roughly 4 hours from now, Andre Palante's Cardinals begin a 3-game series against Arizona. Ali Marmol's righty seeking win number 6. His counterpart, D-backs hurler Brandon Pfaadt. Earlier on 101 ESPN, St. Louis scouting director Randy Flores chopped it up with BK and Ferrario. Top draft pick Liam Doyle garnering everybody's attention.
Liam checked so many boxes, and the scarcity of having the opportunity to pick someone with that type of engine, with that type of fastball profile, complemented with a split finger, with the durability that he had, it's just a really, really rarefied air and something that we were thrilled fell to us.
One other MLB note, Cubs edge Red Sox 4-1. Seiya Suzuki going yard at Wrigley. The Sports Center update was driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet plus Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Strap yourself in. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN.
Fast Lane at 101 ESPN. We've been doing this the last couple of days where we've done the SEC Media Days, Big Ten Media Days, and we're combining the ACC and the Big 12 as we continue to look ahead for interesting storylines for college football this year. So, Bradford, without further ado, get us to the ACC and the Big 12.
Let's do it, guys. So, Carey's Big Ten, not the only conference staking a claim to next Tuesday through Thursday in Charlotte. You have the ACC Media Days unfolding, and a lot more talk has centered on one Cade Klubnik over the past few months. Now, the Tigers last season wind up qualifying for the CFP expanded version, we must add. But Klubnik, for that matter, let's just say it, he had his inconsistencies throughout the season. A lot of people, though, very bullish on Clemson going into this season. There's a huge test against LSU right off the bat. Is he the guy who's going to really vault this program, say, a round or two into the CFP this year?
So I think Cade Klubnik, CD, I don't know where you are on him, but I just remember how poorly he played against Georgia, and the body language was so bad in that Georgia game. I basically wrote him off the rest of the year, which isn't fair because the kid had an incredible season, save for that one game. He threw 36 touchdown passes to only 6 interceptions. I think Cade Klubnik, he's a top 3 quarterback this year in college football. When it's all said and done, he might be the number 1 quarterback, and I don't think I would be saying that. You know, midway through last year, I think he's not only a former 5-star recruit, but, you know, he's got the production. I think that game really, you know, forecasted or it changed the way we looked at Cade Klubnik from the year before. And I can't speak for everybody, but I feel as though, like, I just kind of wrote him off. But I think he's a good quarterback.
So for me, I don't really have any expectations from any ACC teams. Obviously, Miami is down a Cam Ward, the number 1 overall pick. And so when I'm looking at the game that I remember watching last year with Clemson was the game versus South Carolina. You got everything in front of you. You're headed to the ACC championship. Like, you're doing everything right, and you lose to South Carolina at home. And it was a 17-14 game, but for me, that's a game, if you have aspirations of being a championship team, you can't lose, and it's your rival and all of those things. I get it, but you can't lose that game at home to South Carolina. Their defense was playing extremely well that game, and then they went on and beat SMU in the ACC championship. But then they lost to Texas in the college football playoff. For me, as far as the ACC team, I don't know who you could say definitively they are the team that's going to be in the college football playoff next year. I don't know what SMU is going to look like again. I thought they had an outstanding season last year, but are they able to recreate some of that? Kevin Jennings was a really good quarterback for them, but I don't know if they're able
back,
to. He is back,
yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to be able to recreate what they were able to do last year. And they took some people by surprise, similar to what I've said about Illinois. When you sneak up on some people the year before, you're not going to be sneaking up on anybody this year. So it'll be interesting to see how well SMU does. They only had one loss until they played in the ACC championship game against Clemson. And we knew at that point, even if they did lose, they would probably be in, which they were. And then they got trounced against Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I don't know. I don't have any really high expectations. I think Miami was the best team in the ACC last year, but they couldn't finish it. They couldn't figure out a way to win towards the end.
Let's address the elephant in the room because we must. What is a successful season for Belichick and the Tar Heels? What constitutes a successful year?
Belichick making it out alive.
Oh.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, he's older, but
no, I mean just making it out. You know, I don't have much expectation for the North Carolina Tar Heels. You, Anthony, you do? You think they're going to be good? I told you.
I mean, look, the program isn't good.
When this took place, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is amazing," I said, "No, it's not. This is not going to be."
Yeah, you did. You said it right away.
This is not going to go well, and the offseason has already been a bleep show with his girlfriend, and she's allowed there, and now she's not, and yeah, she is, and reports of all of these things. Like, anytime you're not talking about football or the sport, and you're talking about things that have nothing, and people that aren't even going to be on the sideline or in uniform, that's problematic. Yeah. I don't think that the North Carolina Tar Heels, they were, 6-7 last year? I don't see them as a team that is going to be outstanding. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong.
This is a program that's enjoyed one double-digit win season. One double-digit win season since 1997. Man. This program hasn't been great. It's a basketball school.
It is that.
And when you look at, like, previous head coaches in the NFL, like really good head coaches and what they do in college, Bill Walsh had a great season in 1992 at Stanford. They went 7-14 over his next two seasons. Chip Kelly was great at Oregon, went to the NFL, bounced around a little bit, fought the good fight at UCLA, but then, he was ousted. Right. Dave Wannstedt was fine at Pitt. Lovie Smith, I don't have to bring him up at Illinois. So, I think they might be improved, but what does improve look like? I think not being an embarrassment, Bradford, to answer your question, I think that would be a good season.
That's what I was
don't
saying.
Be embarrassing.
Yeah. Make it out alive.
Being respectable.
Literally, but figuratively.
Yep. Whether it's one and done or not. So from one head coach with star power to the next, switching conferences here as we move along the ACC plus Big 12 media days. We know that in Boulder, it's going to drop off inevitably for Deion Sanders and the Buffs. You're losing Hunter as well as Shedeur, among others. Who else is primed to maybe make that rise, make that leap in that particular conference? Last season, of course, you had Arizona State, massive success. Scadaboo does depart. Giants now with the NFL. BYU in the mix for that matter, too. Any surprises as well?
BYU was really good last year, and they were really good at home last year. They only had the one loss, which was earlier in the season. I thought they were playing outstanding, and for me, that was a team that actually they didn't have that loss until they lost to Kansas, which I didn't think that they were going to lose. They were at home and lost to Kansas. That was, for me, a terrible loss because Kansas wasn't nearly as highly touted as they were to start the season off. But the team that I'm looking at for the Big 12 is going to be Iowa State. I think Iowa State is going to be a really good team. We got Rocco Beck, Coach Beck's son over there, starting at quarterback. I think Iowa State is going to be the team that surprises some people. I don't have much expectation for Colorado based on, you're losing your quarterback. They did bring in a 5-star quarterback. They got a couple of guys that are competing for that spot. I just don't think they haven't fixed the offensive line in a couple of years. That was an issue when Shedeur was there. He was getting smoked all the time. You got to be good up front. I think Iowa State is a team. Matt Campbell has been a great quarterback, a great head coach his entire tenure there. I think that's the team that you look at and say this is probably their year to figure some things out and win that conference.
I still like Arizona State. I know they lost Cam Scadaboo, but leave it. The quarterback is back. That was a really good team last season.
They were.
I mean, they had Texas dead to rights.
They should have won that
in the playoff game, and then they would have. Who knows? But I think Arizona State winds up winning that conference, and they wind up being the team that represents.
One of the teams last season, a massive disappointment. Carey, want to get your thoughts on this quickly. Preseason Conference Player of the Year just a couple of years ago. Jalen Daniels, he's back for another round at KU. That team disappointed a lot. Mizzou's second opponent this year. Any noise that could be created by the Jayhawks, what does he do at the next level maybe?
Jalen Daniels was a quarterback. So Illinois played them earlier in the season, and they were ranked. And going into that game, I was like, this is going to be a tough task for the Illini. They had two really good running backs, Devin Neal, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they were supposed to be a really good team. It was disappointing how their season went because based on all of the things that they had and Jalen Daniels being their quarterback,
right?
I thought that they were going to be a really good team, but unfortunately they just kind of went downhill as the season progressed. He doesn't take care of the ball, and he's able to run the ball well and pass the ball. He has the ability, but injuries and not taking care of the ball have been the thing that has bit him in the butt his entire career. If he stays healthy, he's a hell of a quarterback, but that's been the issue his entire tenure there. So we'll see if he's able to stay healthy and not turn the ball over. He could be a really good quarterback, and that could be a really good team and surprise some people.
I think Kansas is going to be pretty decent again.
Kansas?
Yeah, I do.
Kansas stunk last year.
I know, but they also had a couple of home games. They actually played in Kansas City, I think.
Because there was something with their stadium.
Yeah.
I think they were doing something. They lost 5 games in a row.
I think they're going to be a little better.
UNLV, West Virginia, TCU, Arizona State. Like, they didn't do much for me.
Their pass defense stinks, but I think that the defensive line could be good. I think they'd hired a new offensive coordinator. I think they could be. I'm not saying they're going to win the conference, but I think they're going to be better than people think.
I say this with all seriousness. Game number 2 of the season, catching Missouri early. You don't know what the quarterback situation entirely is going to look like. Is that more of a game than we think?
I say yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You like the old Jayhawks, do you?
I do. This is how it starts.
Rock chalk.
I think Kansas is going to be better than people think. I don't think that they're going to be a playoff team. I don't think that they're going to be a shock. I think they're going to be better than people think.
If
I think
Mizzou
they will
loses the KU at home. Yeah,
No.
Just stop. Just give it up. Just stop playing.
Okay.
If Mizzou loses game number 2 at home to Kansas in football, give it up.
Could have a BC type of feel to it, though, early in the campaign. Yeah. I'm not discounting that.
I don't want to hear nothing else about Mizzou football if they lose to Kansas.
Didn't Illinois lose to Kansas last year?
Nope, we beat them.
That was the second game of the year?
We lost to them at Kansas the year before.
Oh, year before.
Yeah. I see what you're trying to do there. I'm watching.
They had a bad year last year.
Kansas?
Yeah.
Very.
I think there's rebound potential there.
So they're going to beat Mizzou at home.
No, I didn't say that.
You heard it here first.
I say Bradford S is going to be a bigger game.
Fire up Jayhawks.
A better game than people think.
I want it to be a game. I do. I want it to be a game. Have you seen, by the way, the amounts being asked for regarding that game? Holy cow, that is a hot ticket. I'm not even joking.
Really?
My goodness gracious, seriously.
That's because Mizzou fans hate KU fans or hate KU in general.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Look at Mr. Brightside.
Oh, that's right. Mizzou does that, don't they?
Yeah.
Is it basketball only or is it football too?
It's everything.
Okay, well, Gary.
Women's gymnastics will use it.
Anthony's favorite song.
I said what I said earlier. Lineup's out. We'll play a lineup game next on 101 ESPN.
It's Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. Rangers and Tigers. Pregame at 5. First pitch at 6:10. The MLB plays on 101 ESPN.
Second half of the baseball season has started, so why don't you hop on Underdog? Find out a game or two that you like, and you can win big time. Underdog's one of the fastest-growing sports games apps, and you can play now in the state of Missouri. Simple, fast, built for fans that want to test their sports knowledge. As I often say, don't be the person that's like, oh, I knew this player was going to have a rough game, or I knew this player was going to go off. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Their app is over 100,000 to 5-star reviews, millions of users. People are playing everywhere. They're winning big. Here's how it works. Playing at Underdog is easy. Just pick a couple of players that you decide will go higher or lower on their stats. Stats like home runs, strikeouts, total bases, and more. That's it. Once your entry feels good, lock it in. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. So you can turn a single dollar into 1,000 just by getting your picks right. So download the Underdog app. Sign up using my promo code Anthony to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, that promo code is Anthony at Underdog. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
Don't slow down. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN.
All right, time for the lineup game here in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, you all right? Just hit your knee? What'd you hit?
Cramp.
Oh, cramp.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
In my hamstring.
That's not good.
Like, right now. It is. Oh. Yep.
You want to work it out? Or?
Power through it.
All right, that a boy.
I'm going to try.
Okay. Cardinals take on the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight. Brandon Pfaadt will be the starter, right-hander.
Call them that. They're good. They're good guys, I'm sure.
Well, no, that's the actual team name.
Oh.
Yeah, not a fast lane, Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. All right.
Hammy. Simple.
I would say so.
Show us. Brendan Donovan.
Look at that guy. Vibrant, handsome, hair.
Oh, I like that. I feel like we haven't done this in so long.
No, we haven't.
I don't know who's playing where.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Okay, I assume this is Mason Wynn.
I don't think so. It was Herrera.
It was Herrera the last
time. I think they like batting old Yvonne up here.
So last time it was, you're right, it was Herrera. Yep. Against Atlanta. Okay, yeah. Herrera?
Yeah, sure.
You know, I'm going to do it. You said Herrera.
Yeah.
Show us Yvonne Herrera.
Oh, Yvonne. That's a French-ass name, Yvonne. Yeah, my little croissant. Little cheese on my croissant.
I'm so silly. I almost made the mistake and put catcher next to his name.
Yeah, he's no catcher.
He's not a catcher. Alec Burleson. Who are we facing? An RHP, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Show us Alec Burleson.
I don't like that you're standing.
I know
you have to. I know. But
You're already acting like you're a star. We haven't even opened yet.
You guys ever...
Any biscuits for sale in there?
Sorry, I stepped on everybody's favorite part there.
I'm stretching. Like, I'm literally standing.
I know, but...
Because I am cramping in my hamstring.
I feel lazy if, like, everybody else is standing in the room. Like, why are you sitting down, you scumbag?
I never have that problem. Okay. Sit down.
All right, Wilson Contreras here?
Sure.
Show us Wilson Contreras.
You don't know how to play first base. It's not that hard. Tell him, Watch.
It's incredibly hard.
Hey, anything worth doing is.
My name is Willie, and all my fans, I'm dreaming. You can defeat me, you're dreaming. That's going to chafe my Willie.
Jeez. Forgot Bradford likes to put his spin on these. My name is Willie. All right, so here's our questions, right? The main ones. One is Walker in the lineup. He's been activated.
I think he is. Lars is out.
I don't think so.
Nolan Gorman probably out. He had a back issue.
Yeah, but he had a back issue.
That my guy used to say, but I'm not going to do it. I love it. How long?
No.
Anthony, how long have you been dealing with that, huh? Bradford, how long do you think you've been dealing with that?
Maybe a week or so back.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I don't think Walker is in this lineup because it's a right-hander.
So you think Nolan Gorman is playing?
I do.
With the bad back?
We don't know if it's bad.
He's day-to-day.
He was day-to-day. He was day-to-day a week ago.
Have you ever hurt your back? Like seriously, have you ever hurt your back?
No.
Because it is brutal. And I couldn't imagine swinging a bat with a bad back.
I don't think Walker's in the lineup. I think Gorman's in the lineup. I think Arenado's in the lineup.
So you think this is Gorman here?
I do.
You do it. I stay out of it.
Wow.
I said you do it.
No, you said you do it. Like I was going to walk into a firing squad. All right, you do it. Show me Nolan Gorman. Yeah.
Swing Serenade is brought to you by Gorman.
Hang me a curve and I will hit.
I've got my mojo back.
All right, so that's a key piece.
So he's at second base? Because Herrera's the DH.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Is Nolan playing?
Left field for Donovan, I would say.
Yeah, right field for
Burleson.
All right.
First base, Contreras. I say Gorman is at second base, and this is Arenado.
All right. Show us. Nolan Arenado.
A lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing.
I don't see what you got to complain about. I still went out there, I still put on a show. I did what I could do. I didn't quit on you. I can still fight.
Who's that from?
Is that Gladiator?
Is that Gladiator?
It was Crow, Cinderella Man.
Oh.
Great scene.
It didn't sound, I knew it was Crow. And we said fight. I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't sound right, though.
It's
doesn't
Jersey.
sound like
the Turtles.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, that's not Gladiator, is it? He doesn't have the Jersey accent in Gladiator.
This is Mason Wynn.
Yeah, CD doesn't want to play. Got it.
What?
Bradford and I are joking. CD goes, so this is Wynn, right? Let's get back on track here.
Show us Mason Wynn.
Second! Bring me that arm!
Oh, man, kid's got a cannon.
All right, so this is Paez and then Scott, right? It's got to be.
Yeah. What? Now, what if?
Okay.
hear me out.
Yes.
What if Herrera is catching and
he ain't catching?
Gorman is your DH?
He's not catching. No. So who do you think this would be? Walker?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
It's just not.
I would prefer that you do it this time, sir.
Okay. Sure.
Since I said you do it last time, you took offense to it.
Thank you.
See, one thing about me, therapy works. You got to pay attention. And when you feel like your friend or your partner doesn't respond well to the way that you say things, you got to say it better. So, sir, would you please do this one?
I would, yes. CD, thank you. I'd love to do this one. I appreciate you.
All right.
You know what you are? Adaptable.
I thought you were going to say Diamondback, and I was going to be like, that is so damn rude.
No, you're a great human being and a great friend. Show us Pedro Pajes.
Smithy, throw this at him. You're out!
Maybe.
What's that last part?
Remember the Titans, baby? That's Carey from the hospital bed.
Carey Bertier.
Oh, man. All right.
All right. Victor Scott?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Show us Victor Scott II.
I want to go fast.
That's a perfect.
Must go faster.
It's a perfect game. Let's go for that. That was Jurassic Park.
The original.
The original.
But it is timely.
Yeah, darn right it is. All right, Bradford, run it.
Guys, 100% success rate regardless. Leading off your all-star in left field, that would be Brendan Donovan, followed by the DH Ivan Herrera. Right fielder, Alec Burleson batting third against the right-hander. Wilson Contreras manning the cleanup spot, playing first base. Second baseman, Nolan Gorman hitting fifth. At the hot corner, batting sixth, that is none other than Nolan
Arenado.
Shortstop Mason Wynn in the 7-hole. Pedro Pajes behind the plate and rounding it out. Patrolling center field at Chase Field is Victor Scott II.
Back. They fair! They fair!
Go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Home run.
All righty. Did Andrew Marsh leave you the standings? I think Jamie's in first, isn't he? In this?
Yeah, he's still in first.
Jamie's in first in this category. Beat the streak. My gosh.
I know he didn't hit last night.
Bet the board.
And
Jamie
bet the board.
didn't
I know he didn't hit and bet the board. He had the Toronto Argonauts to win outright.
They lost?
By one.
Oh, that stinks.
Jamie, by the way, did send in his home run. He's got Burley.
Okay.
Alec Burleson.
Give me... you know what? Give me Mason Wynn.
Okay.
Nice snipe.
Ooh, were you going to go Mason Wynn?
I was actually thinking Wynn. Yeah, I was actually thinking Wynn on his behalf.
I will take Wilson Contreras, please. Wilson Contreras. And for Marsh?
Old Marshy will go with the all-star himself, Brendan Donovan, 4 of 7 in his career versus Brandon Pfaadt.
Who is it? Sorry.
Brendan Donovan.
Donnie Baseball.
Thank you. G-Dog from the Snake Pit says, wow, way to go, gentlemen. Bringing it on a Friday. Waterboy, perfect lineup out of the All-Star break. No Speedo Berry. We didn't need Speedo Berry today.
Not today.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I almost fast-laned it up, though.
No, you didn't.
Almost.
You were processing things in real time.
I like how you did that.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
That's called the reframe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, biggest question of the day also centers on the Cardinals. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Get social with 101 ESPN. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads, Blue Sky, and YouTube at 101 ESPN.
This weekend's a perfect opportunity to head out to Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum, go out, see my friends, and talk to them about new and used vehicles. They've got over 1,000 vehicles all in one massive location. Here's the best part about Auto Centers. When you go to AutoCentersNissan.com, let's say you peruse their inventory tonight, right? You're like, hey, they got 1,000 vehicles out there. I want to make sure that I look at a couple of ones that, 4 or 5 that I want to test drive. When you go out to Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum, you will actually test drive the same vehicles that you saw online. I know, crazy concept, right? Sometimes you go out to a dealership and they're like, no, we don't have that one, but we have one that looks similar. And you're like, that's not even the same make or model. What are you doing? Not at Auto Centers Nissan. And if you're looking for a great deal, they've got 0% APR for 60 months, 0 down, and no payments for 3 months on 2025 Rogues, Pathfinders, and Muranos. If you're looking at used cars, Auto Centers says 0 down and no payments for 3 months. So 2 different ways, help save some money and also drive away with a peace of mind. Every new vehicle comes with dealer pricing, a lifetime warranty, and a 30-day return promise. So head out to Auto Centers Nissan in Herculaneum. Tell them Stalter sent you, and start online at AutoCentersNissan.com. Currently with their Wiggity's Hot Lot Blowout. Again, it's Auto Centers Nissan.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown & Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. Stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown & Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with a home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Spread Zone, where sports betting meets reckless optimism, questionable logic, and the occasional stroke of genius. With hosts Anthony Stalter, Tim McKernan, and Scott Rizzuto. Check out the latest from the Spread Zone at 101ESPN.com or the 101 mobile app. The Spread Zone is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. WXOS HD1 East St. Louis. 101 ESPN is driven by Auto Centers Nissan, home of the lifetime warranty and 30-day return. This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The biggest question of the day, brought to you by Mentality. Our patients experience a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Reclaim your health at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Time for the biggest question of the day here in the Fast Lane, where it's 5:09. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh. Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter. Our guy Jamie will be back on Monday. So we just did the lineup game, and we actually let off the show with Jordan Walker being activated from the injured list. Thomas Ajayci goes down to Memphis. He's not in the lineup. Jordan Walker's not in the lineup tonight. I'm assuming, guys, that, and Bradford, you had brought this up, you kind of thought that maybe the Cardinals will go back to a platoon situation with Jordan Walker. I think that's what it's going to be, too. I think they're going to slow play this until there's a clear opportunity for him to play. Injury, a fall off by Alec Burleson or Nolan Gorman, and then they'll figure out a way to get Jordan Walker in. For now, though, again, I think they slow play this. I think they pick and choose some of the matchups, but he's basically a platoon or a part-time player for right now. And then they see how the trade deadline goes, and then maybe they can set it up differently. But I do not think we're going to see a lot of, it's just my guess. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Jordan Walker moving forward. What do you guys think?
I mean, if they are hell-bent on only letting him play against lefties, then it's probably going to be that way. I don't know. To me, that kind of puts you in the same position going into next year. But, again, I don't know what their plan is for this year. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they've reached the point where they're like, all right, we're not a playoff team, and we don't care if we make it or not, and we're going to let everybody that we need to see play. Or if they're saying, no, we still have an opportunity and we owe it to ourselves to try to make a push for the playoffs, which I think that's the side that they are on, which is why I also think that they're not going to make much of an impact come trade deadline. Like, I think they still believe that there is a chance, and we do have a thought process as players and as coaches. Just getting the dance and anything can happen. Getting the tournament, you never know. Which, yeah, but the front office is supposed to think differently than that. Like, they are supposed to be the adults in the room. We're all children. Like, we just play a child's game and get paid a lot of money for it. So we think like children in terms of that. And the adults in the room are supposed to say, yeah, but no. This is what we're going to do because this is the plan. So I think they are of the mindset that they still have a chance to make it to the playoffs, and they're going to put the best team out there that gives them that opportunity. And right now, Jordan Walker is not one of those players. He's not hitting well. He wasn't hitting well in the minors. They moved him from AAA back down to AA. And then they were their hand was forced where they had to bring him up based on the amount of time that he could spend down there. So he's here. He'll be off the bench if need to be. He'd probably be the ghost runner in the bottom of the 12th inning, top of the 12th inning. Who knows?
Useful stuff. Stoltz, thinking about your list and taking stock of it, I'll add to it. I'll revise it ever so slightly. A fall off in the standings could also really help engender and create more playing time, certainly for Jordan Walker. But here's my qualm with the situation. If you are reducing him at this point, and I'm not even saying it's the wrong decision, to strictly a platoon role or predominantly a platoon role, when this is somebody who has not demonstrated at the major league level that he has been able to hit left-handed pitching with a great degree of regularity, let alone driving the ball out of the ballpark, then don't be gravely disappointed when you're not getting answers by the end of August, by the end of September, by the end of this season, because how is anyone, especially a player of his ilk, of his status, of what was supposed to have been his pedigree at his age of 23, supposed to really build any sense of momentum, being able to get that traction, get the results, when you're essentially reduced to playing every other day, once out of every 3 to 4 days. Yeah. And that's why, on the flip side here, I do think you can make the argument that perhaps the position one spot alone isn't up for grabs. But when Lars Nootbaar does return from injury, different sides of the plate, Jordan Walker so far has actually hit a little bit better against right-handed pitching. Why do so many of us still feel as if Lars Nootbaar is safe in this equation? Lars Nootbaar is safe. This is somebody whose production over the last couple of months has plummeted to the point where he was removed. He had to be removed from the leadoff spot. He has never hit higher than 261 in a season. He has never played more than 110-ish games. He's once again there on the IL, and while I still grant that he's probably a superior defensive option, if the on-base rate is not there, if the slug is not there from Lars Nootbaar, are you automatically upgrading your lineup by inserting him out there in place of Jordan Walker? I don't necessarily think so.
I wouldn't even say it's a superior upgrade in comparison to Jordan Walker right now. Maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, but Jordan Walker was playing pretty well in the outfield. So maybe still better, but I don't know if it's that much better in terms of playing in the outfield than Jordan Walker. But
so I'll Bradford, you kind of threw out two different thoughts there. One, I agree with the Jordan Walker situation is that's very fair. Like if he doesn't have the season that you expected, and he's not getting the opportunities in the second half, they kind of go hand in hand. So if he doesn't get his opportunities, the production isn't there, and therefore you kind of wasted a year of development, that's bad. But it's not all on Jordan Walker in that standpoint. It's also on the Cardinals. So
especially from this point forward.
Yes.
I'm not saying he didn't get ample opportunities at the outset of the season.
Exactly.
But from this point forward, then you can't really put it on him.
Right. Maybe the first half is on him. Couldn't stay healthy, and the production wasn't there. Second half, the Cardinals basically put him in a part-time spot. So that's fair. To your second question, though, about Newt, I want to agree with you that Newt shouldn't be just, in the lineup every day in pen. But I think the Cardinals love him and will continue to play him and continue to see him, just like a lot of Major League Baseball teams do, as some sort of analytic darling, which is the point I've made before about trading him. If teams are so obsessed with his advanced metrics and his underlying numbers, then bring back some pitching for him and let's go. Open up a spot that way. Because I don't think there's any question Newt would have value on the trade deadline or on the trade market.
One of the things that drive me crazy about Jordan Walker should only hit lefties. He doesn't hit lefties better than he hits righties.
Yeah,
like the average is lower. It's not much lower, but it's lower. So why is this notion that he got to bat again? He's a right-handed bat. You gotta. If you're so engulfed in numbers, why you can't see that number?
To your overall point, just play him. But if you're going to play him, you have to open up a spot.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line. His numbers aren't great against anybody.
No,
on either side,
and they're not going to be.
And his development since day one has been choppy. There's been no linear. There's outside of what he did in the lower levels of the minors through Double-A. That was linear. That made sense. He's no longer good enough, or he's no longer developing enough for this level. We got to move him up. He's got to be challenged more. But once he got through with Double-A, then he just skipped up to the major leagues. They forced him in the outfield because they had a spot in the outfield. He never played the outfield before. And since that point, it's been choppy. His development's been choppy. I'm not saying it's all on the Cardinals, by the way, because Jordan Walker's got to take some responsibility here, too.
His career batting average against righties is .258. Against lefties is .210.
So he's better against righties.
But
from a batting
but you continue to put him versus lefties.
Mm-hmm.
You're assisting in the failure, in my opinion. But what do I know?
A lot.
Anthony. Shh, don't tell anybody that.
All right. Okay. Local, national, second half predictions for Major League Baseball next in the Fast Line on 101 ESPN.
You can now listen to 101 ESPN on demand. Get caught up on all our shows and podcasts at 101ESPN.com or on the 101 mobile app. 101 ESPN podcasts are presented by the Schaefer Door Company. The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Bradford Bruns, who's in for Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Local and national second half predictions. All right, boys. Who ultimately wins the NL Central?
You go first.
Say it, CD.
Nah, you want to say it on 3?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Chicago Cubs.
Whoa.
Yeah, Brewers don't lose. Brewers don't lose divisions. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the Cardinals.
Nah.
Oh. You're not a homer?
Nope. What they would call a realist.
I know you love the epic run on which that team is right now, but Stoltz, when I'm taking a look specifically at that order, Carey, I've got the concerns here because today, yes, Chicago wins yet again, pushes that edge to just a game and a half by virtue of 4-1 win over Boston, but you're not in the same ballpark. I would venture to say that Chourio this season hasn't been the same guy. When you talk about basically destructive forces in the order, I love the Miz story and the results. I think he is going to be that guy during the second half of the season. And yeah, you're still going to retain Freddie Peralta. But from where is the offense coming? How do you sustain it? I don't buy it.
You mentioned the pitching, which is all they need. They got the Miz. They got Freddie fastballs. And anything they touch turns to gold until the postseason. It's Milwaukee's division to lose. Sorry, guys.
Ooh. Wow. Is this team adding for once as opposed to subtracting?
Oh, God, no, Bradford, no, they don't add unless it's Willie Adames for a reliever or something.
Chicago will. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Brewers have won the division 3 of the last 4 years.
But not.
The one year they didn't win was the 2022 season, I believe, in which the Cardinals rattled off 47 wins in a row. So.
How'd that work out for him?
Not good. Not well.
No.
Got bounced in the first round of the playoffs by the Phillies. CD, you were here. All right, so where did the Cardinals finish? On 3? 1, 2, 3. Third. Yep. Okay.
Barely.
Are we sure? I was going to say, are we?
For real.
Are we certain?
Yes.
You don't think the Reds are going to catch him?
No. I highly respect Tito Francona. The Reds love themselves a good second half collapse. I mean, they love it. They sign up yearly to play poorly in the second half. Reds collapse. Brewers win the division. Cardinals, third place.
Biggest Reds problem to me this year, the fact that their ace, and they do have an ace, make no mistake about it, Hunter Green hasn't been healthy. When healthy, that is a number one. That's the thing this organization has been missing for years on end. If he can ever pull it together, and yes, I want to give all the respect in the world to an Abbott, but Hunter Green, from an upside perspective, he's the guy that could push this organization over the top. You don't have him, you're still an also-ran.
Yeah, I don't see the Reds. One, they're not going to make any moves. Every year we're like, Reds, man, they got sneaky good potential. Yeah, but doesn't come together. Who is your second half MVP for the Cardinals?
Still Brendan Donovan. He's the MVP.
I think Ivan Herrera is going to have a massive second half.
You think so?
Yep.
You think he can stay healthy? Because I'm almost. Listen,
he got the injuries out of the way in the first half.
Yeah, but how? How did you get injured? You got injured running to the base. That you jammed your knee. Wasn't that the first knee injury?
Fluke.
And then you pulled your damn hammy.
Fluke.
Not really.
You just pulled your hamstring.
I had a cramp in my hamstring. I'm fine. Took some electrolytes, a little liquid IV.
Yep.
I'm right back in the game.
Yeah, it's going to be Ivan Herrera, second half MVP.
A little different for me. And I say that because this team, before the All-Star break, absolutely under siege by the injury bug. One guy who's been dealing with some stuff. He's been playing through some stuff, and yet he posts every single day, every single game. There's more pop to come as well. Shortstop Mason Wynn. If I'm relying on a guy for real to be a pillar in the lineup, certainly from a defensive standpoint, and I can trust him to no matter what, play through it and be out there. They're going to need him to stay relevant and to push for something more.
I like that. By the way, Splashback Deuce, always astute. Yvonne Herrera was catching both of those days. He's not a catcher anymore. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, which team across baseball, which current division leader across baseball will take a tumble, potentially missing the playoffs altogether?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Leading the division right now?
Currently leading division, takes a tumble, misses the playoffs altogether. I don't think it's the Phillies. I don't think it's the Dodgers.
I don't think it's the Cubs.
This one's pretty easy for me.
Is it the Toronto Blue Jays?
Because of that division in large part. I like Toronto. I like the offense. I like the punch. I still wish, honestly, that Toronto had a little more from a mound standpoint. But right now at present, it's just a 2-game lead. You have the Yankees obviously nipping at your heels. You just have to think that the offense, you're going to add another option or two. Will the pitching hold up? Boston, I think that the winning streak, what we've seen in the last couple of weeks, I don't believe that's sustainable. The Yankees are going to track down Toronto, and it's always a battle of attrition down the stretch in that division. It's going to be brutal.
They just swept the Yankees a couple of weeks ago. Like, they were beating the hell out of them.
No, for sure. For sure.
It's one series, CD.
1 out of 160.
Let it go.
All right, you're right. You know what, Anthony? You're right.
Okay.
I apologize.
I like Toronto as well. I'm with Bradford on this one.
To collapse and not make the playoffs?
No,
you guys are crazy.
Okay.
It could happen.
Possibly.
You said which team leading the division is going to collapse and not make the playoffs?
Possibly.
I don't like it.
It's the Blue Jays.
Okay.
Cubs will also miss the. Cubs will also finish second in the NL Central.
Stoltz, do you think the Tigers will wind up winning the AL Central by double-digit games?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. That Tigers team is awesome.
It's great. I just think
their
there's
pitching
more.
Is fantastic.
There's more to extract from Cleveland, even from, dare I say, Kansas City. I really do.
Can I read off the run differentials?
Please do.
Minnesota's -8. That's your second place team.
I didn't say Minnesota.
No, I know. It's funny because they got the out of the ones you mentioned, they've got the best run differential. It's still -8. Kansas City -28. Cleveland -45. And the White Sox, who might have a good second half surge, you never know, -98. -98. They're not even worst. The White Sox don't even have the worst run differential in baseball.
That's the
and it's
Rockies.
not even close. Yeah, the Rockies are -253.
Yeah, I was going to say at least. At least.
They're getting drubbed nightly. Nightly. They got 22 wins, and CD has predicted 2 of them.
They need to hire me.
You have predicted 10% of Colorado's victories.
They need to hire me.
They do.
Actually, they might need to hire you. You picked them.
That's true. That's true. I did predict that they'll win those games for CD. All right. Year-end MVPs, NL, AL.
Run it back.
All right.
Same to as last year.
Same to as last year.
Okay. You disagree?
No, I don't.
I don't even think.
Certainly not with the American League.
Aaron Judge he can stop right now.
Mm-hmm. Cal Rowley's gonna make a.
Cal ain't got a chance in hell.
He doesn't have a chance in hell.
Aaron Judge. Is he still leading average OPS? He's second in home runs? He's leading in hits.
Yeah.
Like, what more do you want this man? What more do you want from him?
Why isn't he getting more, I'm not joking, intentional free passes? You don't pitch to him. You don't.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But he's leading in average. He's second in home runs. He's leading in hits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What more do you want from him? He's third in walks.
No.
Come on, man.
No, you're right.
Imagine that team without him.
Cal is having a hell of a year.
Yeah. But he's a distant second still.
Yes.
Shohei Ohtani wins the NL, of course.
Yes.
I agree. It's pretty fun to think about what he could be doing on the mound, too, come September and October. He's looked pretty darn good so far, and the Dodgers can afford to slow play it.
Starting to ramp him up a little bit more. All right. Revised World Series matchup. I can't remember who I predicted. I'll be honest. I have no idea who I predicted.
Did I say? I might have said the same matchup as last year. I know I had the Dodgers.
You might have.
I know I had the Dodgers in the NL. You like the Tigers, though.
I do.
You like the Tigers a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you said them.
Tigers, Phillies.
Tigers, Phillies.
Yep.
Did the Dodgers just stop playing baseball in LA?
No, they're going to choke this year.
Really? Okay.
You don't think it's possible that the Dodgers choke on applesauce? Because it's happened before.
When?
A lot.
When's the last time? Not last year.
2 years ago.
Not last year.
No, not last year. 2 years ago they choked.
Yeah, give me the.
To Arizona.
I don't want to see
the 3 years ago.
The Tigers. I'll take the Dodgers, and I'll take the Yankees.
Dodgers, and I want to go with Motown. Stoltz, I really want to roll
Motown
with the Tigers. I do. But there's just something that tells me I'm compelled to go to an old reliable here. A team that hasn't even gotten a shred of production this year. Injury related, of course.
Atlanta?
From the big bad. Jordan Alvarez. No, that would be tricky.
That'd be the NLCS.
That'd be tricky.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
It happens.
Sorry. I was thinking of the lyrics from Motown Philly.
H-Town it is.
Astros. Houston. All right.
Astros get back.
And I'm sorry, your NL is Dodgers?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because he knows ball.
He does know ball.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. That'll do it for our second half predictions across Major League Baseball. Bet the board. Beat the streak. Next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-500-5000. Blues hockey is on 101 ESPN.
Get the inside scoop on and off the ice with the Last Minute Blues podcast with Alex Ferrario, Jeremy Rutherford, and Donnie Fandango.
Blues opinion, talk, and speculation. It's what we do.
Watch or listen to the Last Minute Blues podcast on our YouTube channel or at 101ESPN.com. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Redbirds resume their second half schedule. Good afternoon. I'm Bradford Bruns with a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Tonight at 8:40 p.m. out west, St. Louis taking on those Arizona Diamondbacks. The lineup for Andre Palante goes as follows. Brendan Donovan, DH, Ivan Herrera, Alec Burleson, Wilson Contreras at first base, followed by Nolan Gorman. He is in there playing second, as well as Nolan Arenado, Mason Wynn, Pedro Pajes, and Victor Scott II in center field. Earlier today as well, Jordan Walker activated off of the IL, not in the lineup. Going back down to Memphis is none other than Thomas Sajasi. The Sports Center update was brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Two former pros and one average Joe. You're listening to The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
We're good, streaky!
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to hit?
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
All right, time for Beat the Streak. Before we get to Bet the Board, Bradford, what do we got?
Mr. Anthony Stalter, you are in the midst, my friend, of a heck of a run. The All-Star break can't stop it. You're trying to push that number to 9 with a victory tonight. So, Anthony, you're at 8, your best mark for the season to date. Jamie has 5 at present. Marshy just 1. Our contestant as well, we have Brendan on the line in just a second. He's at 2. And Carey looking to get back and start a new one. Come on. You'll do it? Come on.
Yeah,
Confidence.
What's up, Brendan?
Not too much, fellas. How you guys doing today?
We're doing great, man. Appreciate you coming back, especially after the All-Star break. Bradford, give me Gurriel tonight. Wow. Give me Gurriel tonight. Okay. Lourdes Gurriel to get a hit.
Did Jamie have his pick?
He actually did. Hang tight, everybody. He sent it earlier. Burley. So he's double dipping on Burley. There you go. All right, Brendan.
Okay, I was going to go Burley too. Let's think here. I'll go with Herrera.
Herrera, I like it. Hopefully it's a home run.
Marshy did not send in his pick, and he probably would go, I don't know, Victor Scott?
Yeah.
He's a Victor Scott guy.
He loves Victor Scott.
Yeah. Give him Victor Scott.
All right. And Carey.
Give me Brendan Donovan.
Brendan Donovan. All right. All right, so I got Gurriel. Jamie took Burley. Brandon took Ivan Herrera. Marsha just took Victor Scott, and Carey took Brendan Donovan. Brandon, good luck to you, man.
Thanks, fellas. Have a great night.
Have a great weekend, dude.
All right, see ya.
See ya. All righty, from Beat the Street to Bet the Board. Marsh, you have the updated standings? Marsh.
Bradford
is on vacation. And if he's listening, please send them. Bradford, you got the updated standings? Take 2.
Yeah, we don't have a ton to which to look forward, actually, or look back on from last night, guys. Anthony, double-checked for you, my friend. We double-checked, and you took the over 51.5 in that celebrated football game. Carey, what was the final there?
I don't know, but it was less than 51.5.
It's 26-25.
There you go.
Landed on
What's that, 51?
It's 51. Ouch. All right, so I lost.
Unfortunate.
Now, you have Jamie's pick, Carey?
Well, actually, Jamie sent his pick in. He did pick the Cardinals money line. But Marshy also sent his pick in, and it was an odd one when he sent it, and I was really surprised by it. But he picked Jacob Skolv Olesen to win the Open Championship. Now, Jacob had a rough day today. He was +5, but Marshy picked him at plus 500,000.
Heck of a play.
Wow.
Yeah. It's okay.
That's a reach.
It's a reach. And it'll pay out really well.
Holy
if
smokes.
he wins.
Yeah, no doubt.
He said, I'm moving on from the Summer League action. I can't bear the thought of another loss, Lakers Celtics.
Yeah.
Let's go across the pond.
Wow. Okay.
That was a crazy one. Plus 500,000 might be the largest pick that we've had. Largest bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Marshy had a vision.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to call it.
Yep.
Ouch.
Is it on me? Or Anthony?
Yeah, no, go ahead, Carey.
Give me Aaron Judge plus 1.5 hits, runs, RBI.
It's more like it.
Okay.
Minus 115.
Give me the Toronto Blue Jays minus 132 against the Giants. Giants have stunk on the road. Yeah, Splashback Deuce says dirty.
That was a crazy. Splash Deuce. When he sent that in, I was
floored. Shocking.
Blown away.
Absolutely.
Couldn't believe it.
Bradford,
twice.
Bradford, do you have a pick as well?
Not on this occasion, guys.
Okay.
Not on this
You're
occasion.
passing.
No. Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Because I, too, really have felt a lot of pain from the association as of late. I was on fire down the stretch. The actual postseason, Pacers run, going left and right from Halliburton to Benedict Mathurin. It's been not so smooth sailing since then.
Yeah, that's okay.
We'll try again Monday. We'll try again.
Yeah, all right. All right, so everybody went, including Marsh, who took a long shot to win the Open Championship.
Sven Olesen.
Yeah. He may not even make the cut.
No, they already had the cut. He made it.
Oh, good. Yeah. So they're wrapped up for today, huh?
I think it's a few still. Yeah.
Because isn't the cut after the second round?
Yeah.
Is it completely over?
So you're saying there's a chance?
Got a chance.
Yeah, okay, good. Hey, you never... Just get in.
You
never know.
You never know.
Okay. Yep. We will wrap up the show. What we learned 3 stars of the day next on 101 ESPN.
This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 ESPN Dobbs Star and Auto Center's mobile app. All the podcast, of course, brought to you by Shave Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today. CD?
I learned that Marshy loves long shots.
Yeah, he
and
does.
He will bet the farm.
Mm-hmm.
He'll tell you that's a long shot.
Yes, sir.
500,000? Man.
Some would say he shouldn't send us photos with himself on vacation with him and his lovely girlfriend, Rachel, giving us the bird to the camera. You know?
He's digging a hole. I don't know how far he's going down in that hole.
If it's fast lane us, it's fast lane you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe he can send some photos, but some of the people in the snake pit and the text line a little disappointed that he didn't still find a way to throw his pole out there yesterday.
Yeah, no kidding. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Bradford, what'd you learn today?
I learned, gentlemen, that the Liam Doyle hype train knows no boundaries, and I love it. Good sound from Randy Flores earlier. Joined BK and Ferrario, of course, spurred a lot of good conversation. It is downright exciting to think about what you have moving forward. Not just Liam Doyle, but Franklin, Crossland, etc. Future's bright.
No doubt.
We hope.
What I learned today is that Bradford and Carey will look me straight in the eye and lie to me repeatedly.
Ooh, what did we lie about?
Yeah. You guys were talking about Cardinals should stay put because of the schedule.
We said
Schedule
that they
opens up
probably
perfectly.
will.
They'll be great. They just need to stand pat. And then I asked you guys, is that how you feel? And you're like, yeah, that's how I feel. I think the Cardinals should just stand pat. And I know you guys. I know you don't think the Cardinals should just stand pat at the deadline. I know you think that it's prudent to trade.
Mixed signals.
Everything.
Yeah.
Not everything. As much as you could.
Okay. Bradford, any criticisms, compliments?
A few different compliments. Stoltz coming across the wire. Lisa, whom, by the way, left a tremendous mic drop yesterday after you had departed. Great show, guys. Have an awesome weekend. Lisa, we thank you very much. We also thank the Snake Pit, certainly text line, everybody participating on a very fun Friday to close out the week.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. A lot of great messages coming in right now. In fact, in the Snake Pit, we appreciate you.
314 says, to be fair, this isn't the first time CD's lied to you.
When else did you lie to me?
I don't know. I just chuckled. I don't lie. To you?
Thank you, CD.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you winked at me and then gave me the thumbs up. Now I feel like you've lied repeatedly. All right, Bradford.
Let's do this thing.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
Okay, guys, a lot of worthy nominees on this day, but let's get to it. Star number 3 came out early in the show, produced a little bit of confusion, but I think we cleared it up in the end. That goes to the old flying the ointment.
Oh, yeah.
CD, you learned, yeah.
Hearing that. Somebody texted in and said this in Die Hard. He says, just a fly in the ointment, Hans. But
yeah, he does say that. I remember him saying that.
I don't remember that.
I couldn't at first, but yeah. Demands a rewatch.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Seen
have
it plenty of times.
It wouldn't have come off the old noggin there, but yeah.
I don't know. Never seen it. Never heard it.
One of the best in that genre, just as P.D. Pablo falls into the hip-hop category.
Yes.
No doubt. Star number 2, though, will go to Cardinals roster moves, the one that was made today, because as you activate one individual off of the IL in the form of Jordan Walker, what you do is you simply sit him on the bench then for the series opener against Arizona. And you produce some conversation.
Sure.
Yes.
Benching Jordan Walker again. Because he doesn't hit righties better than lefties. Oh, wait, he does.
Jeez.
Teensy bit of snark and sarcasm today.
Yeah, I would say so.
Just a bit.
So, yeah.
What do we know?
We know sarcasm.
Well, we definitely know that.
Yep.
We don't know ball, though.
Oh, no. God, no.
Let me tell you, though, guys, there's nothing but genuine feeling and emotion behind the number 1 star on this Friday. It was a heck of a gauntlet today. Stoltz went in there. He did his thing and ran it. Potted 4 points overall. It was good work.
Thank you.
We had a spelling question. We did have more geography.
Yeah.
And we had an extremely enthusiastic first-timer who salted away the victory by knocking off the spelling question. It was platypus.
That is correct.
It was indeed Nick
Good job,
from Festus. Nice work. We'll see you Monday.
Nice job, Nick. And nice job, Bradford. We thank you, sir. Filled in quite well for our guy Marsh, and you'll be back on Monday.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. You have an awesome weekend.
We appreciate you, Bradford. Bradford always does a tremendous job. Tanisha from the Snake Pit also said Bradford did a great job, which you did.
Thank you,
so
Tanisha.
thank you for putting together the shows the last couple of days for us, Bradford. Again, he'll be back on Monday, as will Jamie. I think Marsh comes back on Tuesday, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, so Marsh will be back that day. But we appreciate you. Hey, everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy it, and be safe out there. Hopefully you get some good weather. Is anybody going to the Savannah Bananas game? Hope you enjoy the rescheduled game. I think it's we got 2 dates, tonight and tomorrow night, I believe. Don't they at that Busch Stadium?
Should be cool.
Yeah, should be good. So everybody have a great weekend. For Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, Bradford Bruns, Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. We will see you.
101 ESPN has your chance to meet Adam Wainwright at this year's Big League Bash at the Factory July 27th. Our winner will receive 2 tickets to the Big League Bash, featuring Adam Wainwright in concert, along with appearances from Cardinals players and Fred Bird, a silent auction, and more. All to support Big League Impact. Plus, our winner and guest will receive 2 passes to meet Waino prior to the show. Tickets to the Big League Bash, supported by Community America Credit Union, are on sale now. Find all the details and that chance to win free Big League Bash tickets and meet and greet passes to meet Adam Wainwright